Hello, everyone, and welcome to our monthly once a month campaign of Aliens, Shoulder of Orion. This is episode 4. Dead Beyond Destruction. Not sure what that's supposed to mean, but I hope we don't find out. Yeah, 5. Episode 5. I can count. I know what episode it's fine. I definitely don't have that labeled wrong in the stream thing, and I'll change it later. Let's go around. Let's say who we are and who will be playing tonight. I'm going to start with myself. Just get it all out of the way. I will be playing Captain Medic. It's Captain question mark, Medic in quotation marks, McKeelson. It's great. They're very effective at what they do. And that's maybe a lie and about it, so that sums up my character. I'm very excited to be here, very happy to be here. Let's go down to deception check. How are you doing today?
Oh, I'm wonderful now, but if McKeelson's going to be taking care of me today, we'll see how I end up. Yes, I'm at deception check. I am playing Lieutenant Hank Granger. He is a Blade Runner, old school, grumpy old man who's got stuck with this outfit he's now assigned to under the leadership of Captain McKeelson against his better judgment. But as long as he gets to stay near Violet to find out exactly what's going on with this particular skin job, maybe he'll get something out of this particular little adventure he got stuck on. But can't wait to see what happens. Thank you.
Excellent. Can't wait. Speaking of can't wait to see what happens, we have Shiny Pilot. How are you doing, my man?
Well, hi. Can't wait to see what happens, obviously.
Yeah.
I'm Shiny Pilot 206. I'll be playing Lance Corporal Blaze. So far, he's a career Marine, smart gunner, heavy gunner, loves shooting things, taking care of business. And I'm very curious to see where this goes tonight. Love the Aliens universe, love what Travis has been running for, storing together, and excited to see it all come together. So, yeah.
Yeah. Speaking
Let's do
of
it.
excited to see it all come together, we have Nuggetosaurus. How are you,
Hi.
lovely?
I'm doing great. It's, Friday. Friday's always a good day. I'm Nuggetosaurus. I'm playing Violet 6, the synthetic human who's a part of the crew and doesn't really know a lot about herself and is, currently in a secret underground research lab with the resident hot marine. So, yeah, we'll see how it goes.
We will see how it goes. I think that's the motto of D20 coup de grace in most games. I'm not gonna lie. How are you doing?
Very true indeed. I am D20 coup de grace, and I will be playing Corporal Red Brewer today. He's a demolition specialist and a bit of a stasis junkie. I hope we can get back to it soon enough.
Yes, nothing like a good stasis junkie. Speaking of junkies, we've got my very good friend Grimjack21502 as a guest with us tonight. And we all know that he and I always love to play games together, so we're always waiting for the next hit of tabletop RPGs. How are you tonight?
I'm nervous. I can't wait to play. This cast is intimidating. They are a cohesive unit, and I am the pebble in the shoe. I'm hoping to get comfortable with everyone quickly so I don't irritate. But I can't wait. I've been looking forward to this for quite a bit. I'm playing Dr. Gerald Walls. Nobody calls him Jerry. Back to you, Lindy.
Excellent, Jerry. Thank you so much for that. And last but certainly not least, we have our mother here tonight, and that would be producer Trav. How are you doing?
Well, good evening, Lindy. Welcome to the show. Tonight's episode is dedicated to the late, great Sid Mead, which I have to point out before I forget. Rest in peace. Designer of the future. And on that note, let's get started. They say that a person can't dream of a face they've never seen. But eventually, the human race lived to dream of many new faces. Eldon Tyrell made those dreams a reality. He was the founder and corporate head of the Tyrell Corporation and was responsible for the design, manufacturing, and selling of humanoid slaves called replicants. His final masterpiece before his murder in 2018 was the creation of at least one experimental Nexus 7 model replicants, and never revealed to Rachel the truth of her existence. 5 years later, in 2023, Peter Whalen cured cancer, and on January 7th, 2024, manufactured the first advanced Android prototype model of its kind, affectionately called David. It is 2188, and the Space Beast is real. The Weyland-Yutani Corporation has been aware of it for at least 20 years, after multiple incidents of near total wipeouts of ship staff and crew began occurring in the Outer Rim. But the company has a way of getting what it wants, usually. And 9 years ago, they recovered a specimen after much difficulty and loss of life. Dr. Philip Jeffries was led away from a bright career to work exclusively for the company researching this new specimen to find out what it was capable of and how to control it. The company lost contact with Jeffries almost a year ago. A squad of Marines has returned to the zoo, the research facility on LV-310, only to find the flayed corpses of the remaining research staff hanging from cables strung across the ruins of the biosphere. As former Blade Runner Hank Granger returned from a meeting with top brass aboard the science vessel USS Edmund Fitzgerald, currently in orbit above LV-310, the Cheyenne dropship received rocket fire from a cloaked being on the surface. The dropship went down, and so did the assailant before it could escape. Now the remaining crew of the USS Remington, having recovered the wounded, must make it back inside the facility in hopes of seeing to the wounded in relative safety. But 150 feet below this research facility is an underground laboratory, long since abandoned by its staff. In the middle of a massive 35,000 square foot open lab, cloaked in darkness, broken only by the emergency floods on the walls, is a floating specimen in a tube of electroconductive fluid, illuminated only by the dull glow of the emergency lighting. It is a wondrous servant of perfect death, and is beautiful and terrifying in its rest. Dr. Gerald Walls, you woke up when you heard the elevator coming down, and now you can hear voices. You've been hiding in the clean room on the south wall of Lab 3 for at least 8 days. You've long since run out of food and water. You've been using the biohazard waste can as a toilet. You knew the clean room would have an isolated air duct system, and you locked yourself in away from what you knew was lurking somewhere in the lab. From the window out the door, you're looking directly at the XX121 specimen across the main floor of the lab. As your eyes peek out, clearing the window, you see the beast being appreciated by two women, a colonial marine with long black hair, and a familiar-looking woman wearing a purple jumpsuit and an unusual visor device over her eyes. Very quiet. Violet. Kennedy just asked you if you can keep it.
I don't think that would be the wisest course of action at this time.
Violet, as you look at Kennedy, your visor begins to run some analysis on her. There's something strange about Kennedy and her permanent physiology. Let me make sure I get this right. She has 20. Wait, where is it? I had this. She's radioactive by about 25,000 radimans, I believe they're called. She has a baseline radioactivity.
Okay. Do I know if she's like bomb radioactive or she's just
Hasn't been legal to be this radioactive since World War II.
okay? Damn. Can I figure out like she's not exhibiting any signs of radiation sickness, any nothing?
No, she's
No.
fine. She's kind of pointing her finger out toward the glass to kind of tap on the glass.
I just
Back.
kind of push her hand down.
She's like,
Kennedy,
what?
are you okay? This is the first time I'm noticing this, right?
Yes.
I don't know how to put this politely, but you're radioactive?
Oh, I know. It's the gun. Actually, it's not the gun. It's the bullets. You're not supposed to have this, but here we are.
Are you in danger of radiation sickness?
No, the doc says that it's just permanent, that I can't. That is
So it's just all the
me.
time?
Dr. Walls, you hear this whole exchange from behind the door.
He's coming out. If he can, he's going to open the door. And as soon as he bursts free, he is going to say, directed at Violet, Vanessa, get her away from that.
Hello?
Where have you been? They're gone. They're all gone.
I just got here. I'm Violet. Hello. Who's gone?
What are you? Stay away from that. He points at the Marine. Don't touch it. Don't touch anything.
She's a friend?
She's not
Kennedy,
my friend.
Kennedy has her hand on her rifle, but hasn't drawn it.
Walls' hand is behind his back.
I'm gonna like take a couple. So how far away is Walls at this point?
He's a good, this is a really
Big.
So to your left is the length of the room. To
Okay.
your right is the elevator.
Okay.
Where you're facing is to the south wall. So he's about 25 feet away from you.
Okay. I'm gonna
Short
like
range away from you.
take a couple steps closer and are you all right? Have you been here long?
Dr. Iris.
I'm Violet. Hi.
What
I just
are
kind
you?
of look over at Kennedy like, I don't know.
What do you got behind your back?
What are you? He says again to Vanessa, or Violet.
I'm Violet. Technically Violet 6.
You've got to be shitting me. He pulls a gun out from behind his back and puts it in the waistband of his pants that he's wearing. Is there a place to go? Is there a ship, some way to leave this place?
There was. Our ship just crashed. It was shot down. Our friends are upstairs.
Do you have any water?
Yes, Kennedy does.
Well, there's water and then there's water. Do you want actual water or?
Yes.
Okay.
H2O, please.
She hands you a canteen.
He will drink unless told to stop. I don't care if it's slightly radioactive. How many of you are here? Or how many of you do you think are here?
There's myself, McKeelson, Blaze, Brewer, Mr. Granger, And then a bunch of Marines.
When was the last time you talked to everybody that wasn't Kennedy?
Like 10 minutes ago?
There's 6 of us in Bravo Company.
So 11.
There were 6 of you in Bravo Company 10 minutes ago.
Oh? How do you know that?
You just said the last time you spoke to them was 10 minutes ago. You said there was 6. I said that you know that 10 minutes ago you had 6. In this place, you could have none.
That is very true. These things are not fun. Pointing to the XX121.
Behold, XX121 Invictus Raptus.
You named it.
Oh, I didn't.
No, Dr. Jeffries named it.
Dr. Jeffries is an asshole.
I suppose. I wouldn't know. I've never met him. I've met Leonard, though.
Leonard is also an asshole. Or he was.
Would you like to come upstairs with us?
Why not? Thank you for the water. And he hands the canteen back to Kennedy.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Can I do a quick scan? And aside from the XX121 and the Explorer? No, that's not what they're called. The other one.
There is a nude white humanoid figure floating in electromagnetic fluid close to the elevator doors.
Yes. Can I do a quick scan with my visor and see if there's anything else of interest in here besides those 2 specimens?
You certainly can.
Is that an observation roll?
It is.
Okay. And do I get that +2 because of my visor?
You do.
So I just put a 2 in the modifier.
And it negates the darkness modifier.
Ooh.
That's a lot. But I only got 2 successes.
I'm going
There are
for
2.
6s, so it's kind of...
You sweep the room. There is a face hugger 15 feet over Walls' right shoulder on a desk. And as you turned your head, there are 2 more behind you across the north wall, skittering between the desks.
I will immediately point them out and be like, we need to leave now.
What's closer, Travis, the clean room or the elevator?
What's closer? The closer is the clean room, but if you decide to turn, Violet just pointed at something over your right shoulder, which is in between you and the entrance to the clean room, roughly. And so Kennedy begins to move toward the elevator.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, copy that. Here we go. We are on the move.
Yep.
Yeah, Walls is moving too.
Okay. So is that a full move?
Yes.
To the thing? You guys are just going to full on move. You're not going to do a separate fast action.
I don't think Violet will. I think Violet's going to try and get to the the elevator as quick as possible.
Okay. Cool.
And did we lost radio contact when we came down here, correct?
Yes, you did.
Yeah. Okay.
It is mag sealed.
Yeah.
Okay. We're just going to do one quick thing here. Oh shit.
Jesus Christ.
All right. As Kennedy covers you to the elevator, Walls, you get in the elevator. Violet, you make it in 2. Kennedy is covering your retreat. She turns to her left, the nearest facehugger. Gets her as she moves by.
Oh no.
Kennedy, no.
So I need
Best
to
friend and
roll
my
a-
girlfriend down there alone. This is a terrible pairing. I was trying to keep you both safe.
Did it latch?
Hold on, that's a 3. Stand by.
Gotta see what it's doing. Hopefully it just sits there and looks kind of cute, but terrifying at the same time.
It's not the words I would use for.
I don't know. I kind of thought they were a little cute. Just a little bit.
They are. They're precious. All right, here we go. Stand by.
They weren't so scary. They'd be adorable.
You just want to put googly eyes on them.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Okay. With a whip crack, its tail lashes forward. And she rolls 5 base dice. The tail scratches her chest armor. There's a gash across her main chest plate. And she screams, "God damn you!" And it's going to take a shot at this thing.
Do it. Her radioactive bullets, apparently.
With her radioactive bullets.
Oh, God, I love Kennedy.
I'm a little concerned, having slept with her, about her levels of radioactivity, but it's fine.
Did you get a chance to sleep with her? I don't remember.
Yeah,
that.
on
I'm pretty
the
sure you did.
I did on the moon, because you asked what I wanted to do, and I said Kennedy.
I did on the moon.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
How do I not remember that? Kennedy misses. So
Can Walls take a shot?
yes, Violet, are you hitting the button on the elevator?
Is it Kennedy on the elevator yet? She was like right before it, right?
She is not. She is right before it. Why don't
Okay.
all three of us roll initiative?
Okay. The dice, not the card, correct?
The dice, not the card.
3.
Walls, you roll initiative dice, and so does this thing.
Ooh.
Greg, did you roll? Oh, you did. You got a 2. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Super awesome.
But Kennedy already went. So man, it gets to go again. Holy shit.
Oh, no.
Oh my god.
A 6 seems bad. Kennedy.
Stand by.
Yeah.
Oh my god. It leaps onto her face.
No.
Stand by. Stand by. So it rolls with 6. A base dice attack of 6. That's 2. Really? It grabs her face and she goes down.
Shit.
What?
Now, quick question. Have we haven't actually seen what these things do, right? We just have seen
Violet,
them before.
you were uploaded, Dave.
That's right. Yes.
Leonard's research collected from Dr. Jeffries earlier today.
Okay, so I know what's gonna happen.
Use that android strength.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see.
Oh. Whose turn is it? It is Violet's turn.
Use that android strength.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can. I'm gonna see if I can get this thing off her face. I'm gonna pull her into the elevator first, and then see if I can yank this thing off her face. Can I do that?
There is absolutely no way from where you are standing that you would be able to move her before this thing got a tight enough grip on her head
Okay.
that you would have to do it
Yank.
now.
Okay, I'm gonna do it now
And
then.
I need one hell of a strength roll, and you're going to have
Okay.
to do it opposed to a face hugger strength, which is no shit. Oh, actually, it doesn't completely list it. Hang on a second. Okay. All right, I'm just going to make a rule here. Okay. Because that's its mobility. So I'm going to make its mobility, its ability to, and it's only because you were next in initiative, and it is only because you are close enough to it to grab this thing, and only because you were as strong as you are. So stand by.
Okay.
This thing is going to roll 8 base dice, and you roll your strength.
Okay, so my strength is a 6.
So roll 6. So just click on strength.
I don't think I can.
Yeah, you can't click on just the base stats, but if you have a
Oh, yeah, you
zero
can.
in any of the 3 strength things, combat, heavy machinery, stamina,
hold
you
on,
can just
hold on.
click that and it'll roll it.
This is some shit, guys. Stand by. This happened fast.
So yeah, if you click heavy machinery, it'll just roll your strength, Violet.
Yeah, just do that.
Okay. Even though my heavy machinery is a 0.
I mean,
Yeah,
close. I would
because
give you
it's a
close
0.
combat.
Okay.
I would give you close combat.
Oh, I'm gonna do that then.
Close combat is rolled for grappling all the time.
Because I have a 2 for combat.
Hell yeah.
Grappling is an opposed close combat check, so I'll give you close combat.
Oh no, Kennedy.
Do you have any story points?
I have a single story point.
Shit. You grab it. You pull like hell.
Doesn't Kennedy have a story point?
Could they combine?
Can NPCs get story points?
Well, I no. I mean, she does. No, but she has one. She has one because she's a clone from the one shot. But I mean, what is she? What? I mean, I would only buy you one more round before this thing tightened its grip. I mean, she's trying to fight it, but
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't think you got it.
I don't think there's much more that Violet can do.
It's got her, and its walls is, you get a fast action.
Shit. I'm gonna step back into the elevator. Can I do that as my fast action?
I would say that the only thing I would point out to you is your brain and as your circuits are firing, all possibilities are being collated, and the Jeffrey's attempts at removing the chest burster from a host body during incubation were like a 10% chance of success.
Oof.
Extremely difficult, but not impossible. And I would say that is the only thing that your brain is pointing out to you in this moment.
I don't know. I think with McKilson's help, we could do it, right?
World's best medic on the planet.
Yeah.
Fast action. What's up, Jeff?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, you could grab her and try to start moving her.
Yeah, let's do that. I'm gonna drag her into the.
Yeah. I was gonna say this. Did Violet get enough pull to? You said prevent it for one more round. Basically, the incubation for one more round. Is that what you said?
She's got her fingers under this thing, and this thing has got Kennedy's head, and I think it's got the tube down her throat. And I think it's too late based on hard on the rules. Why? What have you got?
I was going to have Walls come forward and try to snake his fingers of his right hand down on the other side of the hugger and pull it apart like a lobster.
So that gives you. Okay, keep talking. I'm listening.
Yeah, he was going to try to kill it basically to keep it from doing what it was going to do. It's this channel. I had to use a lobster.
I appreciate it. I've got a lobster emote just for this.
There's a thing here for assisted actions. I believe that they just get a +1. I think I'm right about that. So, Greg, I'll let you roll 1 base die to help.
Just 1?
Well, I mean, okay. If you're taking the round as the round, and you're taking the whole thing as one moment, and you guys were right next to each other, I guess the only thing I would allow is that Violet gets to assist you in a close combat check against the facehugger. If both of you got there at roughly this on top of each other and Violet's holding it and this is all happening at once. But it's no shit. And so Violet's strength gives you, I think you just get the +1, and I invite all players to double check me here
I
because
think helping is plus.
I think it's just 1. And so
I have no combat ability whatsoever, but I
So
will
what's your-
do this. It's
so you're
3.
gonna roll.
Yeah, for each
So you are
person
gonna
helping you,
roll.
you get a +1 modification.
But you also get your stress.
And
So
you-
you need go ahead.
You can do one thing she can't. You can push.
That's true.
That's true.
What's that do?
You can roll again to try to get more successes.
But if you get a 1 on your stress die, you can't do it.
All right.
Okay, so what you're gonna do, let me get you your character sheet here because you need your stress dice along with this. So stand by. Here is Gerald. Here's your character sheet. Okay.
Oh, I'm already
So-
stressed.
I'm just gonna temporarily add 1 to your close combat because that's a Violet.
Okay.
And here we go.
You got a success.
So
Means anymore.
do they have to have more than 2?
Well, if Kennedy used her plot point,
Well, even if Greg used his plot point.
that would be
Does
3.
Greg have one?
Yeah, you have 1.
Oh, well, I'll spend it here.
Everybody gets 1. You're gonna spend it?
Why not? How long am I really going to live, Travis?
Who? No one can say. All right.
You're around,
Nah.
you might live long.
I love this shit. All right, here we go. Because you have to get if it gets more than, no, you get it. No, okay. So the way we're doing this is you got it off. Okay, so here's what happens. Goddamn. All right. We got to play some music in Roll20, by the way. It's too fucking quiet.
Yes.
Here we go.
Concur.
Okay. All right. So you've never felt anything this strong in your life. Any arm wrestling either of you have ever casually done would not compare to how strong this thing is. Its tail whipped forward and gouged a chunk of M83 Colonial Marine personnel body armor out. And then it leapt forward and its fingers grabbed onto the back of Kennedy's head. Just in the moments where you got your fingers under there, Walls, you have to plant your foot on her breastbone to pry this thing off of her to keep her on the floor. Violet, you pull up with all your strength, and the tube is literally pulled out of her mouth. You easily pull 7 inches of tube out of her throat.
Oh.
She's coughing and sputtering, and tears are coming out of her eyes. And she's fighting it and kicking. And now the 2 of you are holding this son of a bitch.
Fuck.
She's coughing. You're pretty sure she's throwing up, but you can't pay attention because the 2 of you are now holding a live facehugger from the back, each of you with both hands. This thing is kicking and bucking, and its tail is whipping so hard. It's loud how hard this tail breaks the air in its wild motion. It's fucking pissed at you. And according to initiative, well, I think we should re-roll because Kennedy's down. And we've got
Kennedy
this
crawls
other
to the elevator. The end.
Yeah, twice. All right,
8.
stand by.
Better than last time.
Yeah, you both did better than last time.
Holy shit, you got a 12? Damn. Oh, fuck.
Okay. Walls. What do you do?
He never played baseball. Believe it or not, he was more of an academic, but he's read a lot about it and he appreciates the math involved. And so at this point, what he's going to do is he is going to realize that this thing isn't holding on to anything. We're holding on to the back of it. And so he is going to just granny pitch it and throw it away back just like underhand as far as he can pitch that sucker into the air. And then whatever action he has left, it's the total like dad, mom arm seatbelt around Violet, grabbing if Kennedy's up, just pulling everybody back into the elevator.
Can you make me a mobility check, please?
I would rather not, but I will. Shit.
Seems like you're doing quite a bit of moving from the grabbing to the pulling to the throwing.
What about survival? Survival seems like it would. No? Survival? No? Okay.
No.
Sounds like it'd work everywhere around here.
I know. I mean, you gotta have your wits about you with survival.
Now, Violet can help you with this motion of the throwing. You're communicating.
Yeah, we're gonna yeet that shit.
Eat the alien.
Do I get +1 from that?
Yeah.
And that's mobility. I'm rolling mobility. Oh, this is just gonna be awful, but let's do it. We'll do it. Let's do it.
You got high stress, so.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
Roll panic.
I don't want to.
No.
Ugh. Where's my panic? I'm panicking. I can't find my panic.
It is right underneath.
I see it.
Yeah.
The safest space will be on my
Oh
face.
no.
What's this? The 7 means I'm fine, right?
7 means you have a nervous twitch.
Yeah, I do.
And your stress level and also Kennedy's stress level, one would imagine, increased by 1. So you take a stress, and you end up throwing this thing about half as far as you wanted to. Okay.
That's twice as far as I thought I'd throw it. So
it's still in engaged range, but you managed to chuck it, and your foot is on the lip of the elevator. Okay.
Can my nervous twitch carry me into the elevator?
Your long action was the throw and just the whole move. You can now take a short action for like a half move.
You can move, you can retreat.
Yeah,
those are all short, fast actions.
Yeah. Retreat sounds good. Like retreat right around the corner
Into
of the elevator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, run is a fast action, buddy. So cool. Okay. So I would say if you have pulled Violet, do you allow yourself to be pulled?
Absolutely.
Okay. You and Violet are on the elevator. Kennedy is about 3 feet in front of you, and the elevator button is ready to be pushed. A gate has to close, and then it begins to go up. What do you do?
Is it my turn?
Actually, it's not, because
Yeah.
a facehugger gets to go.
Yeah, I saw that there was.
All right. The facehugger moves and jumps. It just moves towards you to engage range. You threw it, and it moves. It gets within about 2 feet of you, and skitters and crouches and whips its tail up above its head. Now it's Violet's turn.
Okay, I'm gonna yank Kennedy back in. Can I into the elevator? Can I do that?
Yes, you can.
And then can I slam that button closed?
Yes, you can.
I'm gonna do that.
Okay. Oh shit.
Don't say that.
You hit the button. You drag Kennedy. There is a facehugger crouched right in front of you. Oh, dear Lord Jesus.
I don't want to die to a facehugger.
Stand by. Got a lot of charts.
There are a lot of charts for this game.
I appear to be rolling on the roll all of the skills you have 0 in. So,
Hey, Walls, roll a d6.
Oh no.
I really don't want to. But 1. That's
Sweet.
got to be good.
The facehugger crouches, spins flat on its tight wheelbase. It almost splays its fingers flat, uses its own rear body weight to spin its tail forward, and the end of its tail wraps around your ankle and begins to squeeze. The elevator begins to shake, and the gate begins to close, top to bottom. It's your turn. You can also see another facehugger about 25 feet away. And the one from the right about 30 feet behind that. So it is your turn, Walls.
Okay, I need to figure out a way to turn this to my advantage and start doing stuff that works. Okay, so here's what I'm going to try to break this game for a second, Travis, because I don't want to roll mobility or strength or close combat. I have a I have a power called Breakthrough, which allows me to automatically succeed in an observation roll. Okay, this observation has to do with something that is scientific or tech based. So here's what I propose. As this thing is pulling me and I'm ready to cross the event horizon of this thing dropping, can I find the emergency release lever or whatever would cause that big ass gate to drop faster and take that thing out? If this is a cargo elevator, it's got to have one of those.
Give me that. Yeah, sure. Give me that observation.
It's automatic.
Well, you might get more than one success. That's why you gotta
Or-
roll. Yeah. It's one.
I've got more stress than everybody ever.
Okay. Wait. Read. Yeah, no, that's a really good point. Read the talent.
The talent is an automatic observational success, but it does not say anything about me having.
Well, then you find it. It's like a bus. There's like a cable, and then like a yellow like tag, like a vinyl, taglet on it with like arrows that say emergency in case of fire. You pull this thing and it breaks the cable and it snaps shut.
Okay, yeah, and if he can't extricate himself from the tail, he just wants to make sure his foot is not underneath the guillotine area of said gate dropping. Travis.
I mean, it doesn't cost anything to pull a cord. You understand what I'm saying? Anybody can pull a cord, but to make sure that your ankle is in the right place to get this thing chopped off of you, roll a d6.
Sounds like survival to me.
That does sound like survival.
No, that's okay. I'll give you survival on that one.
Stress. Okay.
It's okay.
That's good for you.
He said no doctor ever. Oh.
So you found the thing. You pull it shut. Well, clang.
You don't need all your toes, man.
It's in there with you. Your foot's fine, but this thing is on the inside. So one thing is, there's a couple things going on, okay? First off, Violet has a service revolver. Second off, Kennedy had a strap around her radioactive heavy pulse rifle that I encourage everyone to look at because it's fucking badass. And that's slung around her. So you had to drag that big bad boy across the floor with her. And of course, you have the 357 mag in the waistband of your pants. So I'm just letting you know, but you manage to cut off the two advancing facehuggers. The elevator begins to rise. And the only thing wrong is you've got a facehugger wrapped around your ankle.
Sounds like you still have a slow action.
Oh yeah, and you have a slow action. You have a slow action.
Okay, good. I will slowly urinate. Now that I'm hydrated, I will.
You should.
No, he's just gonna. No, I'm not gonna shoot. I'd probably kill somebody in the thing. I'm terrible with that shit. He's gonna backpedal into the corner and get as far away from it as he can. Not because he's a coward, which he is, but to get out of the line of fire and enable an open like window for them.
You're not even gonna try to shake it off and break its grip, because I'll let you roll it.
You know what, Travis, on second thought, I think I'll try to shake it and break its grip.
Hey, you do what you want to do. You do what you want to do.
So is that a survival? What are we doing? I don't know. Where am I?
Stamina.
Okay. Let's do it. Fuck it. Look at that.
That's a success.
Okay.
If you were playing with us last month, that would have been a failure. So
it's true. It's true. You kick it so hard it goes flying across the elevator. It slaps flat against the elevator wall. It's stunned for a minute and its legs twitch in the air, but it's not dead. Roll panic. Also you take 1 stress, then you roll panic.
That's got to be good.
Ooh.
I'm on the really shitty table now.
Oh no, you're going to do what you were going to do anyway, which is seek cover. But you have to use your next action to do it. You must use your next action to move away from danger and find a safe spot if possible. You are allowed to make a retreat roll if you have an enemy in engaged range. Your stress is decreased by 1. That's nice. But the stress level of all friendly PCs in short range is up by 1. She's passed out. Yeah, she's freaking out, but she's passed out.
Oh, okay.
And then after 1 round, you act normally. Violet, it's your turn.
Okay. It's against the gate, right? Like on the wall against the gate?
No, it's to your left if you were facing the gate.
Okay.
To your left.
Can I grab Kennedy's gun and
You
blast
would draw with your fast action and blast with your slow action.
Yeah, can I do that?
You can. Now let's make sure you're firing with the right gun bonus. So you're going to add a modifier of 0? Really? Yeah, you don't get a modifier.
It's a ranged combat or regular?
Correct. Just roll your ranged combat.
Okay. Nope.
You fire a massive slug and it hits the wall.
I heard a gunshot.
This thing twitches and starts to regain its balance. Can't leave yet. Walls, it's your turn. It's across the room. Oh, you have to seek cover.
Yeah. Why can't we kill? For goddamn! He just gets in the corner.
Violet, it advances towards you. You're between
no.
You're between it and walls. It is your turn.
I'm gonna try again. Fuck. Oh, that's success. Okay. Sorry.
With radioactive bullets.
Oh no. What does it mean?
It explodes because
Shit.
it only soaked 1. So you just waste this thing. How much damage did it take? It took 3.
I don't know. I don't know how
Yes,
to
it
do.
did. So wait. You did. Hold on. You did 1, so it means you succeeded. You did 4 base damage, which is 4. It soaked 1. Its health was 2. You did 3. That means it's acid splash roll.
Fuck.
It's acid splash, so it's 3 plus 2, so 5 base dice.
Oh no.
It's a little acid. So don't worry, the super glue will fix it.
I'm an android, so it's fine, right?
Yeah.
Acid bursts from its corpse and goes in all directions. A tiny lick of acid, about the size of a silver dollar, lands on your upper forearm, your upper right bicep. It begins to eat through your jumpsuit and create a hole like a like one of those spiders, like the spiders in Texas. Can't remember what they're called.
Brown recluse.
The brown recluse bites.
Yep.
You know, where somebody gets a crater.
Yeah.
About the size.
Do I have? I had to use my action to my slow action to shoot. Right? Can I use my fast action to rip that clothes off that sleeve?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna do that and just quickly drop it.
You still take 1 damage.
Okay, and so how do I do? I just take my health down from 6 to 5.
Mm-hmm.
Is that how that works? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Whilst this thing bursts and a lick of acid lands on this individual who is the absolute spitting image of Dr. Vanessa Iris. And the elevator continues to travel upward.
Are we still in initiative?
No.
No. Okay. I'm gonna turn around because Walls is behind me, right?
Yes.
Are you okay?
Yes.
Good. I'm gonna check on Kennedy.
Kennedy is breathing, but your visor is telling you that she is under the effects of a powerful neurotoxin, and its body is currently fighting it off.
Okay.
And she's having a little trouble breathing, but she's stable right now.
Okay. I'm gonna try my radio. Do I get any kind of feedback?
We're going to put a pin.
Okay.
Violent attempts to communicate as the elevator slowly makes its way up 150 feet passageway. Meanwhile, outside, there was a massive explosion as the Cheyenne dropship exploded. So let's put this back together and look at the map here, because Chow was the pilot, badly injured in the crash. Granger was attacked by a snake alien and has some sort of wound to his stomach, but you haven't had a chance to look at it because everybody was running full tilt boogie away from the exploding craft.
That may have been worse.
The rest of Bravo Company jog up to you. You guys okay? This is Watson.
I think I told someone to go ahead. I think Lasso, because he's the really stressed out motherfucker. I told him to go get the med bay, like, heated up, start getting that ready.
Right.
Get the med bay heated up, get it ready. You two, grabbing the thing we shut down earlier. Got to figure out what the fuck that was.
All right.
Because I'm helping Granger.
Correct me if I'm wrong though. When the dropship crashed, we got Hank Granger out, and then we went back for Chow, and we were dragging Chow back.
Yeah.
That's why she decided.
Granger was carrying Chow, like
And
fire
then,
carrying.
we did
yeah,
the
y'all
handoff.
got Chow and I got Granger, and we're ushering him back in.
He passed out, then you started dragging right away.
Blaze will be, all right, go, go, go. And he's, helping drag Chow in with Burr. So let's see. I'll get him moving. Let's see. We had a hole blown in this wall, correct?
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
right, so that whole black strip there is completely
It's gone.
flattened.
Yeah.
It's gone.
Okay.
And then this rock face over here, the entity, the creature that shot this dropship down, is still laying around the corner, roughly over here where I'm marking. Chow is unconscious and clearly has a broken nose, and it looks like her right leg is crushed all the way down to her foot.
Ooh.
It's bent at an angle that it's not supposed to be bent at.
Super glue and
Is she
morphine will
conscious?
fix that.
Is she conscious?
Get her to the med bay, man.
Yep,
Alright,
everyone's at the med bay.
Yep. Blaze will keep dragging Chow to med bay.
Granger will grab McKeelson's collar, kind of like just in and out. He's like, did you hear me?
You said something about being alone?
We're we're on our own. They want you guys to die for what you did.
For what?
And they want me to die with you now.
for what we did. You follow their instructions to the letter?
Well, you disobeyed orders, and they know you aren't who you say you are.
Look, if they thought I was who I definitely... If they thought I wasn't who I definitely am, they'd have me,
send
like,
you to a planet with
court-martialed
killer aliens.
or deadly double court-martial. Ooh. And then put me in charge. Okay, alright. Well, first things first, let's make sure we get those guts back in the rest of your torso. Doesn't look great.
Chow needs it more than me. I'll be fine.
Gut wounds infect faster than broken bones and bloody noses.
Nick Hilson, you don't have any medical training. How would you even know?
On the job training. I've learned a lot from trial and error. Experience is the best teacher.
You'll excuse me if I wait for Violet to come back, all right?
On this point, I just stick him with some morphine. Everything will be fine.
God damn.
There you go. Help with the pain.
I put a pause on Blaze and Chow moving just in case you had other stuff in surprise for us, but if not, I'll keep them moving towards medical.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get into medical.
So
Violet said
Blaze-
something about a door, but fucking... Is she?
So let's say that that whole visit between Granger and McKeelson was happening as they made their way to Lab 1. Blaze and Chow got to medical first.
Okay.
She walked in. This guy Lasso, I was thinking about him. He needs to be like the bright flowering young men who died like so many before their time at Quezon, Londoc, and Hill 364. If he's 17, I'm the Queen of England, right? This is a kid who managed to sign up way too early, right? So he's in this dark room by himself. And Blaze, you burst in holding Chow's barely breathing broken body.
Help me! And really
Yes, sir.
intent and guide her over to the medical bed, just the nearest cleanest one.
Yes, sir. There's no power. There's no power, sir. I flipped all the switches. I tried everything. Nothing turns on.
Shit! Just get her on the bed, and he's gonna try and get her on the unit, which I'm assuming it's one of the medical containment beds that I don't want to say has a droid, but it can do the healing and fixing.
Yes, it has a name. You're absolutely right. This is called an autodoc.
Autodoc, thank you.
Yes, there are three autodocs in this room, as well as obviously shelves on either side. Hello, dear.
And then a little child appears and we're all,
Where'd you come from?
You mostly come out at night, mostly. You're muted, Travis, if you're talking to us.
No.
Just at that moment, Granger and McKeelson burst in just as Lasso talks about how there's
We
no
brought
power.
batteries. Hook one up to the autodoc.
All right, give me one of them. And Blaze is going to go over and grab one to snatch and start trying to crawl around underneath the autodoc wherever the hookup point is and try.
We did bring batteries, and we did bring power back to certain parts of the station. Oh, yeah. I'll put Granger, morphined up Granger on one of the autodocs, and I'll assist with the battery because I'm actually pretty decent with electrical stuff.
There are 2 batteries charging the computer console in Lab 1, but with a contact roll, you can move power over to medbay.
I'll try to do that. You want to assist?
Can I assist? Yeah.
That give me a +1.
Yeah.
Okay. Come on, come, Dick. Where the fuck is Violet? Oh, it's fine. I got power there. 2 successes.
2 successes.
Cool.
Because those autodocs will help out a lot when it comes to treating these people.
Just get this thing fixed. Come on. And he's
Few cords, few cables. Yeah, it takes 15 or 20 minutes to get it all done. And in that time, everybody in this area, So
I do know how to put people in the basic safety position, so I would have put Chow and Granger in that before we're going to set this up.
the basic safety position.
Yeah, so that way they don't choke on their own tongue or anything.
Lindy's talking about the feature benefit model. So
Sure.
you do that, and a little space goes for everybody. So all of you, Granger, McKeelson, Lasso, and Blaze, you relax by one stress after 15 or 20 minutes in
Oh, great.
Okay.
the
And question for you, while we're in there doing that, after the relaxation part and everything's set up, Blaze would like to tell Lasso to go check on Violet. Be like, hey, can you go try and find him? Thinking it'd be like an easy task to get him to calm down, relax, get out of where everybody's bleeding and guts cut
Scratch
open.
that, Lasso. Violet's supposed to be on comms. Tell them to put the body that they're bringing in lab 1.
Yeah.
The body of the thing that shut down the spaceship. Make sure they put it somewhere decent.
That's all. The rest of our guys are outside. They're bringing in a body.
Copy that, sir. So did you want me to find Bravo Company or go find Violet?
Find
Do as the
Bravo
captain
Company.
says.
Get Bravo Company.
Bravo
Violet,
Company.
come in. I imagine she's
Outside.
been
Go out the main
McKeelson's.
door.
Yeah. Been trying to check in like every 5 minutes or so, but it's been radio silent, and McKeelson's just like.
Okay. As you assess the situation and realize you're going to have to use the auto dock to set Chow's leg and foot and eventually get to her nose
Mm-hmm.
because she can't breathe.
Mm-hmm.
Granger, you sit on the edge of a... What do you do when you hit the med bay, Granger?
I'm drugged on morphine. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm out.
I mean, I gave you not an overdose.
You
I
gave
know
me
how
a
to.
McKeelson level. I'm
I
unconscious at
didn't
this
give you
point.
the scotch. Look, you're okay for now.
All right, so I'm a little loopy. I'm just
That
like,
and finding out we're alone, I gotta conserve my supplies. So just enough
Okay.
to like make sure the pain isn't,
he's probably just
whichever.
mumbling about to get to Chow, help Chow, that kind of thing. Because that's the last thought that was going through his mind.
Okay.
That and pain. But he's
Nope.
used to that part.
Hey, but morphine kicks in for that.
So I'm going to say that you took some morphine for the pain, but in the alien, in the Weyland-Yutani Corporation, with what they usually have on hand in a med bay, you would have reached for a bottle of Naproleve, which is you would have reached for a syringe of Naproleve, an injectable instant pain reliever. It immediately reduces your stress level to 0.
Oh.
And has a mildly intoxicating effect. You have a -1 to all agility-based skill rolls until the end of the shift, which I believe is 12 hours is a shift. We can double check that. A little loopy, but you have a 0 stress, and you're feeling all right.
There's no pain.
And there's no pain. McKeelson, your radio, after a pregnant pause, begins to squawk
Don't
and
use
sputter.
that word after my
Oh,
radioactive
sorry.
girlfriend.
Too soon?
Yeah, thank you.
You don't know that.
I know that out of character. It stresses me out.
Your radio begins to squawk. Meanwhile, Red Brewer stands in the late twilight. Okay, the sun is moments away from disappearing behind the tree, behind the mountain, the mountainside that this research facility is built into. It's almost gone. And so, with what's left of the daylight, you turn the corner with these 3 roughnecks.
All right.
Coleman. Sir?
Yeah. Everybody grab a limb. Let's get this thing inside before dark. I don't want to be out here.
All right, you have... What the hell is it, sir? I don't even... Can we touch it? Is it safe?
If you see any buttons, don't press them.
Okay, that was Coleman talking, by the way, who's the sensible head of Bravo Company.
Someone has to be.
And I'd just like to remind everyone that Heston is Animal from the Muppets and has almost as many guns as Brewer has, as well as Bowie knives on both legs. And he's accompanied by Watson, who is, oh my God, Stumpy from Rio Bravo. It'll come back to me. Anyway, so, all right, I'll get the legs. I got some lower back pain, so help me out. Here we go. Heston, lift with your knees. Ah! And the four of you have some serious trouble with this thing because let me tell you, if he weighs under 400 pounds, you will be damned. This thing is roughly 8 feet tall. It is nothing but lean muscle, and it has something on its shoulder that's heavy as shit and is armed head to toe. And the four of you slowly drag this thing in as a very light rain begins to sprinkle down. One of those rains that's so light that the wind kind of picks it up and moves it around, like snow. It's a beautiful thing. You slowly make your way into Bay 2 and turn right with this massive corpse. As you're clearing the shattered remains of the interior of Lab 2, you hear a pop and an odd tiny tweet of a hiss, and a panel pops out. Brewer, you see this over your left shoulder because you can't miss it, because light immediately peeks through this door jamb, and as this panel begins to slide, these spinning yellow emergency bay lighting begins to spill into the room, and you can see a elevator car breaching the floor as the door opens.
Anybody using the elevator?
Oh, Brewer, it's just me.
Oh, good. Come help us carry this thing, please.
Actually, we kind of need a little help getting out. The gate was damaged with acid, and the hydraulics are busted, and I don't know how to fix. Well, I could probably figure out how to fix it.
Just drop this thing here, then.
All right, here we go. Putting it right here.
Just be very careful touching the gate. I don't know.
Oh, God.
You don't want this acid on your hands.
Acid?
Yes, acid. Also, Kennedy is possibly injured, and I have a new friend.
Hello.
Oh, what the hell were you doing?
I do not suggest going down this elevator.
Yeah. I'm going to try to just get this gate open.
The others come over and help you. You just get your fingers under it and find that you can just rattle it up, and it catches on its carriage.
I'll drag Kennedy out.
Another one?
At least there's 3 beds in the med bay.
McKilson's already in medical.
That's good. I'm going to need her help.
I'll just all right, guys, we got a job to finish. Let's get this into Bay 2 or Lab 2.
Lift with knees. We love Heston around here.
Travis, as soon as Walls would walk out and see what they're carrying, he would turn to whoever is closest, PC or NPC, and ask, "Is that the only one you found?"
You saying there's more of these things?
That is the only one you found.
Well, yeah. It's the only one that attacked us. It had a hell of a weapon. I'd like to find out how it works.
They usually come in groups of 5.
Us up.
Wait, you've seen these before?
Unfortunately,
what else
yes.
do you know about them?
They'll kill us all. Are we anywhere near the flayed flesh? Like when we came out of the elevator, where in relation to...
So they actually
And we
Um,
pulled him down too.
you are nowhere near the flayed flesh.
Okay. Well, he would indicate where the flayed flesh was, which I believe was it was at the dome, the
Yeah.
apex of one of the dome. I believe they left their mark. The curtains that were hung with care. That's their work.
You mean the people?
Nah. They stopped being people as soon as they did what they did to them. They were just experiments then.
So you're saying there's 4 more of these creatures?
At least.
All right. I'm going to start setting up a perimeter then.
Well, then I should say goodbye to you now.
I'll see you later.
Okay.
Yes, Brewer, you will. In a few minutes, right?
Very soon.
Could everyone just please check the fuck in?
Hello.
Where the hell have you been?
I went down an elevator.
I told you to wait!
It wasn't me, it was Kennedy. She pressed the button.
Kennedy.
She's not in the best condition.
The
We
fuck
made
was
a
down
friend.
that elevator? Or up the It had to be down. There wasn't anything above this place.
There, I will see you in a minute.
Okay. It's getting dark outside. Everyone, if you just would hunker down in lab 1, barricade it the best you can. I think that's our best bit for right now.
Doctor, would you mind coming with me? You should probably meet McKeelson.
Sure.
Would you mind helping me with Kennedy?
I wouldn't mind at all.
And I'm gonna like pull an arm and kind of do my best to help carry her into the med bay.
Travis, as he's walking, he starts queuing in people as he sees people walking around, and he pulls a box out from behind without the arm he's using to help Kennedy and just begins sweeping it as he walks very nonchalantly, just to see if he picks up anything.
You pick up movement in the medical bay, and you pick up the movement of the lights turning in the elevator shaft. You pick up the movement of the people in the room you're in, but no, you do not pick up anything else.
As he does that, as he identifies each movement, he erases that movement off of the motion detector. As soon as he verifies each one, he just sweeps that sound aside. And then he just turns it down and looks at it as he walks.
So we are going to do this power roll stuff with our gear. So basically, those motion detectors have 5 power, and you roll a base dice of 6, or you roll a base dice of 5. And any success counts off the total power total.
Okay, 5. Not 50. That would be nice, but this system.
Oh, you're
You don't lose
good.
any? Yeah, you're good. So you've got a really good imprint, and a clean setting for your motion detector as you move across. Everybody makes it to medical. Bravo Company brings the corpse found outside into Lab 1. It's like a table you can clear off. It barely fits. Before we move into the medical bay, I want to show you guys what this thing looks like. Because I've got handouts. I don't know what everybody's problem is. Lindy, can you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Can everybody see that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Only difference is it's got it's not gonna, is that here? No, it's not showing. It's got a giant cannon on its shoulder. Seeing what these things look like. Not pictured. Instead of that skull thing, it's got a giant heavy piece of gear with a turret broken pointed to one side on its left shoulder. Has a mask covered in scratches and scars and damage. This thing is covered in this bizarre webbing from head to toe. Its feet are huge. His claws, you can tell just how strong this thing is. You already knew it was incredibly strong when you shot it down, but seeing it in person, it is sinewed and jacked and huge. Violet, what were you going to tell Dr. Walls?
I think she was kind of watching him with that the motion detector thing he had. Have we seen any of those before?
Mm-hmm. We have some.
I thought we had some on the ship, right?
Blaze has one.
Yeah, okay. But I think she was more focused on Dr. Walls. Kind of makes her a little uneasy. She's going to be more focused on McKeelson at the moment.
Oh, right. You guys clear the room and go into medical and put Kennedy on the table.
Yeah. In one of the auto docks.
McKeelson, you see this.
Well, looks like I've got my work cut out for me for the next while. I open up the med kit that has 3 things in it.
Things have happened.
2 batteries, by the way. So we have 3 auto docks, but only 2 batteries.
Well, we powered the med bay with the.
Oh, we just powered the whole med bay. Okay, cool. I was just making sure I understood. Okay.
Violet, they have taken the 2 batteries you pulled out of the dropship, and they are now using it to power the med bay.
Is my can I check and make sure my program's still running?
You can if you go back into the lab.
Remember, it finished before you left.
I thought it was still running.
You got to go find out.
I'm gonna go find out because that's important.
Okay.
I just kind of hold up a finger to McKeelson and go into the lab.
All right, I pull out the super glue. I start playing 3D puzzle with Chow's like, I'm kidding, that's not what I do. I'm actually gonna use the auto dock. Oh.
You press a button on the auto duck and drink a shot, and you're like, done.
Whew, hard work.
Okay. Granger, Blaze, and McKeelson, standing before you is a clear an individual who was clearly a survivor of whatever happened here. He looks emaciated.
Hold on.
Looks
Who the
dehydrated
fuck are you?
and starving.
You aren't on the. I look over at Granger. You didn't come down with you. Like, you're out of it. In Chow's unconscious. Where did you come from?
I've been here for 7 years.
Well, more importantly, who the hell are you?
I don't think that's more important.
No. Who the hell is he? Who are you?
Scientist, probably. Are you a scientist?
Sure. Xenoethologist.
So why aren't you gutted up in the dome like everybody else was, huh?
Unlucky, I guess.
Why didn't we see you here when we were here, like, 4 days ago? A week ago? It hasn't been that long, really. When, what's his face? Leonard? Was it Leonard?
It was 10 months ago.
Oh, that's right, because we were in stasis for a while. Okay, well, it felt like a week ago. But I forgot about stasis. Where were you 10 months ago?
Here. Believe it or not.
Where? We swept the place.
Oh,
were you down the elevator?
Yes.
Oh. Right. Are you injured?
I could use something to eat.
Right. I think they got some Twinkies over there or something. Gestures to, like, a counter.
I'll take the Twinkie and that cat.
No!
Hands off. This is the base cat. We found it.
Yeah.
It's ours now. It's a marine cat.
There's a talent here where you get a cat.
Oh, yeah.
Blaze, you would remember that, yes, there may be a Twinkie on the shelf in the med bay, but all of the food is in the barracks down the hall down the South Passage.
I remember we
right,
pillaged a
then
good
he'll-
bit of that, though. So,
Well, he'll still though look towards Dr. Walls and just kind of like, all right, we got some grub down this way. It's just come with me, and he'll grab you and start walking down the hallway. You know, sweeping the corridor before he goes down too with the doc. But he'd also probably on his way out ask, it doesn't have to be the same Marine. It doesn't have to be Lasso, but maybe one or two of the other guys to cover this intersection real quick as they run down to the barracks, just to keep an
yeah,
eye
give
on
Lasso a break. He's stressed. Take like Watson and Coleman.
it. Yeah. So take Watson and Coleman if they'd be willing for Bravo team to guard that intersection while we go down to the barracks to get some food.
Ranger, you're picking up on all this. What elevator? Who's been there for 10 months? You heard that whole exchange as you sat in the med bay.
As I'm enjoying whatever my injury happened to be, the auto doc is repairing it right now, I guess.
And do I need to roll
So
some medical
no, so
stuff?
okay, yeah. Thank you for bringing that up.
God.
So no.
I believe
you know,
I
we-
was reading, and an auto doc is 6 buttons.
Sure. Well, you should roll. You have to roll. Okay, so here's the thing. You're
Right.
over there working on Chow because
Yeah.
Chow is in terrible condition.
Yeah.
Kennedy is unconscious and is, as you've looked at her, her breathing is shallow, but she is stable.
Mm-hmm.
Ranger has some cuts on his tummy.
Okay.
He is a total hoss. And I'd like to point out to the viewers at home, we actually made our characters since they, I don't know, put this game out since the last time we did. And so Granger is quite a hoss and took 2 damage from that snake alien from there. So you could use some stitches, but
Super cool.
by the rules of the game, if you waited 2 hours, you're back to full health.
Okay. Thought you were going to give me something a little worse than that, but I'll take it.
It looks worse than it is. You're
I just
up and
hand you the
moving
bottle of super glue, and I keep working on Chow.
That's like a good
now. For Chow, you have to
Yes.
make a successful medical roll.
Okay, yeah.
In fact, I'm pretty sure you have to make 3 of them.
Okay. But I do know the auto doc. Does it give a bonus of 6, or is it just 6?
A bonus of 6 base dice.
Hell yeah. Okay, so come on, Chow. Here's my first one. It's 4 successes.
Beautiful. Let's go up to medical. And while you're doing that, Brewer is looking at the beast. Not the XX121 beast, but this unusual creature in front of you. And all the good old boys of Bravo Company are standing around just kind of getting a look at this thing. Let's take its mask off.
That sounds like a good idea to me. Let's see here. Guess he'll kind of slowly try to find a place to pull it from.
Okay. The 4 of you kind of look around. It's got these valves on the back of its mask that you got 3 while you're removing this thing, and you take your time with it because I'm not going to make you roll on it. Where the hell is the med bay? Where the hell's the medical roll bonuses? Blocking, movement. There it is. Because this is kind of important here. Heavy machinery, close combat.
Oh yeah, because I got so many
Medical aid.
successes.
You did.
I'm the best medic on the planet.
Somehow, Chow was
You're the only medic on the planet. Come on.
Shh. Therefore, the best.
All right. Roll 3d6 3 times.
Okay. That scares me a little bit, but okay.
Do it.
1, 2, 3, 5, 15, 16.
It's gonna take
Dead.
It's gonna it's gonna take 16 days for Chow's leg to fully heal and for her to be back on her feet.
It was dependent on the last roll, isn't it?
Like, don't we need to move through the jungle? Ugh.
Just go, here's a pistol, Chow. You're gonna sit in this med bay. Good luck.
Granger, you're getting a ping on your data pad. You're getting a message.
I'll take a look at it.
As Granger takes a look, Violet, juggling a lot of plot lines here. Violet, so your search is complete. Data is confirming that not only have you located the source of the signal from Leonard, but you've received the Leonard's telemetry data of this region of the planet and information on finding this garden. But it's going to take you a turn to pull it up on the holo map and study it.
Okay.
You guys have about 3 hours of power if they continue using the medical bay at full juice as they're doing. But you do have 3 hours of lab 1 and med bay time simultaneously.
Okay. I'm gonna try and get as much done in that 3 hours as possible because I think the med bays are kind of important. So
Okay. Blaze, where do you take Dr. Walls to get something to eat?
Blaze will keep down into the barracks, rifle through some of that stuff with him.
Take
And have
everything that's in there.
and some idle chit chat, and they're just going to start stacking. If there's more than one thing, he'll say, "Hold this, and this, and this." Yeah, and here. And he just grabs a backpack and hands you a backpack and starts stuffing stuff in the backpack of whatever they can get, or duffel bag, whatever's there. And if there's nothing left in the barracks, we'll move them toward the kitchen if there's anything in there. It's just doing a clean sweep, that whole southern area.
Like loading you up, like all this stuff.
As soon as he gets enough food, Walls would start walking back towards where the creature was laid out, the 1 of 5.
Hey, whoa, where are you going?
Back down this way. I'm curious.
Science type, y'all. Like, all right, send Lasso down here, please.
Oh, it's fine. I can skip to my loo. And he just starts to walk back. It's not that far.
Blaze gives him a really, really? Good Lord. This guy survived? Kind of gives him that look, and that thought goes through his brain as he just finishes loading up the bag, and he won't spend too much longer in there then.
You make it back to lab 1. These 4 roughneck Marines have managed to pry this thing's mask off. Looks like that.
I think it even breathes oxygen.
Got 4 mandibles, the teeth, like an inner mouth. Got the crests on the head. It's all sweaty. Got all these plugs in the back of its jaw. The dreads are draping the table. And Brewer, you immediately can tell that it has like some sort of disc-shaped object on its right thigh. It's got this mechanism on its shoulder. It's got something on its left bicep that goes almost to the elbow, from the elbow to the wrist. It's like a flap on it, like a lid. It's some sort of ornate design all over it.
I assume one of these things gave it its cloaking capability. Oh, doctor, there you are. Please come in. Can you tell us what these things do?
They kill. They're hunters.
Yes, but how do they kill?
Oh, efficiently. Each one of those little things that you see on them, you are familiar with the double X121?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Yes, well, these and their friends, he indicates the creature on the table, they came here to hunt them for sport.
They brought them here?
No, we're the assholes that did that.
Oh, big fucking surprise. So that's what brought this motherfucker here, and he like kicks the table.
Yes. There was an agreement with Dr. Jeffries and our esteemed friend here and his more upright, getting older, not colder friends, which I'm sure about.
How long have we known about this guy?
Jeffries has been over 2 years with them.
And now they're hunting us?
Not really sure exactly what the falling out was, but Jeffries and Leonard talked to them. They were the only ones that could communicate and came to some type of agreement. That agreement soured about 2 years. It didn't last long. And while they used to come intermittently, now they come and make curtains.
Well, he won't be making any curtains out of me. I just kind of like hoist up my grenade launcher.
Well, he won't. But he has friends.
I intend to make his friends just like this guy.
Carry on then.
I will. So what is this? And I'll like kind of point at the turret thing.
It shoots things. I'm not a soldier. They're more, not to be defensive, I haven't spoken with anyone in quite some time, at least people that weren't screaming. They like to get close. I saw them flay the other people that used to work here and take the synthetics, take Leonard's head with them.
You saw that?
Yes, and they saw me see that. They left me alive. Unlucky, I guess.
Violet, can I get a contact roll
Well-
+2?
Well, Blaze is walking by with stuff to barricade a door. Yeah, lucky us. As it keeps on going by.
2 successes.
So, as you finish that exchange up, Walls, over your shoulder in the middle of the room, the hollow table springs to life, and pixels float all through the air in 3 dimensions and create a topographic map of basically the 25 miles east of this mountain range that the research facility 292 is built into. And it's dense jungle. It's like the Amazon rainforest in nearly all directions. There's a body of water crossing it, and on the other side of it, it looks like there is a large clearing, potentially some kind of crater. But there's jungle all around it, but you can definitely see that there's a clearing. And Violet, you're getting multiple energy signatures from that area. You're seeing low-level radiation. You're seeing heat venting coming out of strange places within 300 yards of the perimeter of this clearing. And you think that with some more digging, you can get a better look at this area of the region with the data that you have. However, the purpose of your search was to trace the signal. It was to trace the source of the signals you've been getting from Leonard since you got back to the base. Leonard's signal is coming from 80 miles above the surface of the planet in high orbit. You can see it is slowly moving, and your normal data that is showing because another thing we got to point out too, you guys have to back me up, is the Remington is still in orbit over LV-310. Unmanned. It has Granger's personal craft in it, and it is fully re-logged and staffed, and that means that there is a dropship on it, and the dropship that crashed was the one from the Edmund Fitzgerald. Granger, that is why you are seeing what you are seeing on your data pad, which I have sent to him privately.
I just responded.
I see that. I'm gonna check it out. But this signal violet, literally 81 miles above the surface of LV-310. And Granger, you can't help but look up from your data pad as this map begins to fill and light up the inside of Lab 1, whilst you are familiar with this landscape. Brewer, you see it too.
Do I see the indication of the orbiting signal?
You do.
Okay. Do I know what sort of orbital location the Edmund Fitzgerald was in comparatively?
You can see it on the signal. The Remington is pretty far away, right? It's drifted.
Okay.
It's drifted pretty far away it's going around the middle of the planet, like around the equator.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about a quarter of the way around the planet. It'd take about 8 or 10 hours for it to come back if it did. Closer by, like right above you, is the Edmund Fitzgerald, and it is in a slower orbit around the planet, and presumably to keep an eye on you. And then you can see that this signal, that is obviously the purpose of Violet's search, is a third signal, presumably floating in space, 81 miles above the surface.
He'll get off the auto dock.
Oh, good, your super glue's dried. And then, yeah. Probably finished with chow, and then I'm gonna go over to my girlfriend, Kennedy.
Not using super glue, McKeelson.
Look, man. You're gonna need stitches. Super glue.
Fine. Trust me. And he kind of hobble over, kind of getting his feet under him, but still a little wobbly from the medicine that he was given, the injection. Kind of get over beside Violet. It's like, Violet, what is that? Pointing at the signal.
Supposedly Leonard.
Has he given any indication of being on a ship? I thought you said we were going into the jungle.
I thought I was supposed to find my garden.
Seems like he's given conflicting information.
I am confused.
Have you spoken to McKeelson since you reappeared?
No, she's busy.
Well, your friend and that signal might be the only friend we have left.
But everyone else is here?
No, I don't count. I'm talking about us as a group, not individually.
Oh.
The command structure on the Fitzgerald is not interested in our survival. All they want is the specimen. probably the good doctor over there.
I could attempt to get in contact with the Remington.
You
The
think
way
you?
I stopped your ship from crashing too horribly.
That's true. I didn't know that was you. Thank you.
No problem.
Um, I meant to say something to you before, and he looks around the room. Is there anyone standing around with us?
Yeah, Dr. Walls.
But in Dr. Walls, you're paying attention to the creature or the hologram.
The hologram.
Okay. He'll kind of lean in. He's like, you know how I gave you that test? The one where I looked in your eye?
Yes.
I told you were fine. Everything was good. No big deal. I
You
lied.
asked a lot of questions. I'm sorry,
lied.
you lied.
I did.
Why would you do that?
Well, I wasn't sure how to react to the information I was getting, and I had to think about it for a bit. You are, but let's just say you're not what you think you are. And it's no fault of yours, I don't think.
I don't understand.
Do you know much about other synthetics like yourself?
Kind of. I know about Leonard, and I know about one or two others that I've met. The Working Joes.
More like the model numbers and the things that differentiate the individual designs.
Do I? Do I know any kind of stuff like that, Travis?
Sure. Yes.
Yeah.
You would have a historical record of the
Okay.
life of synthetic humans.
Okay. I know our history. Kind
good,
of.
Good. You know about the history of the Nexus Sevens?
I'm assuming I do. If I have a whole history.
Yes. Yes. I want to make this clear that Violet knows the legacy of her people, of her kind. It's her personal memories that are slowly unraveling back.
Right. Okay.
But you would know about how Tyrell created the first artificial people, and then that was bought by Jared Leto's character from 2049, and thus ended the life of the replicants that Granger is referring to.
Okay. Yes, I know of it.
All right. Well, the serial number you have is a pre-blackout number from Tyrell. It means you're over 150 years old, and you might be. And this is the craziest part. I mean, really, yeah, you might be a live birth replicant. And he's not even thinking about Walls being there anymore. He's just saying this.
What now?
Sorry, I took a pretty good hit.
Shit,
on that
is Brewer
crash.
here? I don't think I understand what you mean.
It was something that the old geezer was trying to do. He wanted to create life that's self-sustained. It's sort of what my job was. That you know what I am, right? What I do.
I don't think so. I mean, I know you work for the company.
Right. I'm a contractor. I work for Wayland occasionally. I'm with the Marines for now. My last assignment, I'm pretty sure, but I'm what the old records call a Blade Runner. I retire old replicants.
Violet kind of involuntarily takes a step back. Just kind of leans away.
Like, I'm telling you this because we don't have much else. We have to put things on the table right now. And while I don't trust McKeelson farther than she can throw morphine,
it's pretty damn far.
I do trust you because you survive. You're a survivor. And I need to survive. I don't want to die on this hellhole. So we need to figure out how to get that ship down here. And we need to create a perimeter to keep those Yachik bitches from shooting it down. Sorry. Frog in my throat.
I'll see what I can do.
Maybe I'll let you get to work, but maybe you should consider reorientating the Remington into an orbit where you can use its sensors to check what that point is.
That is an excellent idea.
That's
I'm gonna
Site
go-
B.
Wait,
I'm sorry, what?
That is Site B. This is Site A. That is Site B.
In
then why are you here?
Just lucky, I guess.
Aren't we all? Kind of looking up down. Do I have any record of him supposed to be here from the personnel files I was given? Any information?
Yeah, he's on the manifest.
Okay.
He's on the team of a hang on, I have this written down. He's on the team of a Dr. Louis Dreyfus, geneticist, whose ID tag you found in the mud under her corpse.
Yeah, with Dreyfus's team, right?
That is correct.
Geneticist. What does that make you, Doctor?
It makes me without a team.
Did I hear doctor?
You never should ever respond to that call again, McKelson, please. All right. Well,
earlier
I'm sure
you called me a name.
Yes, if you're familiar with our manifest, as you are able to spout back to me, Dr. Louis Dreyfus, then you would also know that there is a Dr. Vanessa Iris. That is the doctor that accompanied Dr. Jeffries to Site B. That. And
Mr.
Dr.
Granger?
Iris.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say that you mentioned a garden.
Leonard mentioned a garden.
Did he? I find it odd that a violet and an iris are looking for the same thing.
That's it. Blaze, give me that crowbar. I'm gonna pry this fucking thing off.
What? Yep, okay, fine. Blaze will give him a crowbar.
Mr. Granger, can I see the manifest, please?
Would you like me to make a roll for medicine on Kennedy, my radioactive girlfriend?
Good. Meanwhile, in the med bay,
It's so
McKelson can
lonely.
kind of
Captain,
hear this.
medic, I do it all.
Captain is completely eating shit in the med bay right now. Chow is stable.
You're welcome,
Kennedy,
Chow. Hope you remember this.
neurotoxicological reports indicate that her
That she's
throat,
injured.
her
Okay.
throat is paralyzed and she
Oh,
is
well,
having
it's
a
a
tough
good-
breathing. So roll med with the bonus.
All right. I think some lewd things, but then I go, no, concentrate. 2 successes.
Cool. With 2,
I
you
did
save a
real,
life.
I
mean,
did
need
real
to-
good on Chow. I got 4, and now with her, I got 2.
Yeah.
2 is pretty good.
So she's stable, and the doc in a box,
Mhm.
auto doc, administers a neurotoxin to her throat.
Maybe I do need
and-
more than super glue. Man, Scott. Scotch probably would have fixed it.
She's on a respirator rebreather type
Mhm.
thing. You're not sure. I think the big thing is you're unsure of recovery time
Okay,
because you've never seen a toxin like this.
sure. But knowing that they're both stable, I think McKeelson would just do like the wash station, sanitize hands, and then go back in and go, "Alright! Catch me the fuck up because I heard a lot of talking in there while I was busy saving lives. I'm Captain McKeelson. I don't believe we properly met." I go introduce myself to Walls.
Dr. Gerald Walls, no one calls me Jerry.
Alright, not Jerry. Walls then, doctor. Are you like a medical doctor? Or like...
No, your secret is safe.
What secrets? I'm a medic and the captain. I just work overtime. If only they paid me double for it. So, what have we learned here so far?
What you have in there is 1 of 5. They need a pry bar to get whatever it is your man is getting off of
Are you
it.
trying to get the gun off? I really think we really need that gun. Do we need like a screwdriver or something?
Wait, you said that one that took out my drop ship by itself is 1 of 5?
Yes, they usually come in a grip of 5.
Shit.
Yes, shit.
Yeah, we've been swimming in it for days. Alright, so I'm just taking this one
Have you?
shitstorm at a time. And I'm gonna walk over to I want to look at this corpse that they brought in with my medical expertise.
Are like halfway into getting a pry bar in there.
Do I see like a strap or a latch or a screwdriver or some type of thing which doesn't involve just prying it off? Because I know Brewer.
Talking about the mask now?
No, the shoulder gun.
The shoulder gun?
Also light up a cigarette because damn it.
Well, I think that you're looking at something that is not like anything you've ever seen before.
Mhm.
It has been explained to you that this is a 8-foot tall killing machine with friends, and now
Right.
you're going to try to pull a gun off its shoulder. I think you have to give me an observation check.
Sure. Do I get my bonus if I use my binoculars? Like this?
No, ma'am.
Okay, I had to ask if looking real close would help.
Yep, it's a gun.
See maybe a spot for a screwdriver, I don't know.
That's what caused it all, is this large weapon.
I have to make a panic roll, but I do get a success. So
Yeah, give me a panic roll.
I have a nervous tick and my stress.
There's some kind of ancient alien script writing on here, and it says like IKEA.
Okay. Who all is looking at the Predator right now?
Brewer,
Blaze.
Blaze, and me.
All right. All 3 of you take 1 stress.
Sorry guys.
And
But I do look at it successfully.
Don't worry, I have
McKeelson-
plenty of that already.
It's a little more.
Keelson obviously steals herself as she attempts to pry this thing off of the
And I immediately just start like swigging from a flask because that's obviously my nervous tick is to start drinking heavily.
When the mask, wait, you said the mask came off and we took a stress from that, right, from the creature? Blaze will come up with some sort of witty banter, talent banter, and probably come up with some sort of joke of like, "Damn, looks like my ex." Everybody laughs, and you guys get the banter benefit, hopefully, which is between fights, you release tension in your team with some friendly banter. Your stress level and the stress level of everyone in short range of you drops 2 steps instead of 1 for every turn spent in the safe space.
Which would mean that
Which is everyone
in this room. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They drop 2 stress, everybody.
Short range is 1 zone. That's Walls and Granger and everybody.
Oh, NPCs too, except for those unconscious.
Yep, NPCs.
Well, I'll fix the NPCs up.
Okay.
Thank you, Lindy.
Sorry, just real quick aside when you did your roll, but just thinking that.
So everybody's looking at this thing. You're trying to pry this gun off. The camera slowly moves past these characters and back over to Violet standing on the other side of the hollow table. First off, I need to get an observation check from Violet, and then I also want you to let's give me a snapshot of what's going through Violet's mind right now. She's heard those names. She's gotten these pieces of information.
Mm-hmm.
You sort of look off into the middle distance as your brain begins to collate all these new revelations, and your eye begins to idly scan the room. What's going through your head in this moment?
She's very wary of Granger. Before, I mean, she's been kind of like, he doesn't bother her. After finding out he's a Blade Runner, however, she's kind of like, oh, shit. So she's very wary of him and that information. She's super confused because she has memories of an Iris. There's suddenly this Vanessa Iris. The Dr. Walls made this connection where Leonard's talking about a garden, and now Violet and Iris are supposedly in that area, and Iris is at Site B, so I think she's having a hard time processing all of this. But she did ask Granger for the manifest. She wants to see if she can find a picture of this Vanessa Iris.
Give me a give me a contact roll.
Okay.
But
2 successes.
I can't just give it to her from my files.
Photos of the staff. Yeah, you'd have gotten them. No, go ahead. You go ahead.
Yeah, I figured I would have had simple dossiers of each person when I came down here, and it would be just on my data pad, and I could just, like, this who you're talking about? This one?
Yeah. So she's starting to look, and you just have them because she got it straight from the company. And I'd like to make this distinction that what Violet has been given not only did not have a full crew manifest, but that crew manifest does not provide photos of any of the crew. And what Granger is in possession of, Violet, is more complete than what has been uploaded to you remotely from the Leonard signal. So you see a photograph of Dr. Vanessa Violet, and it is the mirror image of you.
Shit. Okay. And it looks exactly like my memory, right?
Her hair is different.
Okay.
Walls, you see the data pad over Granger's shoulder, and you see this professional headshot of Dr. Iris.
That's Iris. You can see my confusion.
Yes. This is my face. She's human?
I thought.
As much as you, Violet.
I'm not, so that's not saying much.
Don't put yourselves
Who's to
down
say?
like that, Violet. I look up from the front there. You're my best friend.
Thanks, McKeelson.
Welcome.
Violet, was there anything else you needed from the manifests? I'm going to try and help McKeelson out with the...
Oh, I'll
Dead
take
thing.
anything you have.
Well,
Because
here.
Leonard has not given me enough.
He's throwing his lot in with the group already. Like, here, take the data pad, download what you need. And then he just turns and walks over to McKeelson.
And, Violet's going to try to upload everything to her visor because it's easier for her to interface with.
Walls would definitely walk over. What do you need? He has data. I have first-hand knowledge.
That's part of the problem. I don't even know what I need. I don't know what I'm looking for.
Are you looking for a connection? Are you looking for Site B? Are you looking to figure out what is at Site B? Because I know.
Connection.
Let me tell you this. The being I knew as Vanessa Iris was a doctor that I worked with for over 6 years. I believed her to be human. I would know her better than anyone else. Seeing her and seeing you and hearing your age, potentially, I would now think that I was incorrect in my assumptions, which is very odd for me.
What's that site be?
An archaeological site. Dr. Jeffries, prick that he is, decided that that would be a more advantageous place to study XX121. He took Dr. Iris, left Leonard here with the rest of us, went to Site B, and we never heard from the prick again. I was hoping that you, when I thought you were Vanessa, had finally come back. I was wrong. Again.
How long ago?
That she left? 2 years.
Okay. You don't have access to the Site B? No codes, no...
Oh, I didn't even know where it was until you pulled this up.
Oh.
And now I do.
You said it was a XX121 facility.
Well, I wouldn't trust that prick Jeffries for anything that he said, but that's what he claimed anyway. Did they ever tell you what this place was called?
The zoo.
Good. Did they tell you why?
No. They didn't tell us much.
Jeffries, prick that he is, had a cornerstone, a monopoly on science. He got here with a sample of the lovely creature you saw in the basement, and he began to splice it with any creature he could find.
Hence
Rhinos,
blue apes.
Apes, anything he thinks he could turn into a killing machine. And then he'd let it run around outside.
Why?
Again, he is a prick.
I'm beginning to see that.
Yes, it doesn't take long.
No. What do you know of Leonard?
Leonard is, well, at least as far as I'm concerned, Iris had to report to Leonard. Leonard kept us in line. You see, I have a theory, and this is no reflection on you, of course, present company excluded, that synthetics always have humanity's best ideals at heart. To protect, to serve, to augment, to further the advancement of their creators. And I believe this is true, but they are also code. Millions and billions of lines of code, cleverly disguised in biology, but that's just DNA. But you see, I believe that every synthetic has that one line hidden among hair color and that quirky smile that you share with Vanessa. And that one little line doesn't tell them to be evil or tell them to murder or tell them to kill their creators. I believe that one little code, that one little line, when activated, simply tells a synthetic, do you remember all of those lovely things we told you about your creators and about kindness? That one little line says, forget all that shit. Leonard, too, is a prick. But now he's a headless one.
God damn it.
Granger's just nodding along, like he's over there with McKeelson, but he's like,
That's what she said.
can't-
And she kind of
can't
just
argue.
elbows Granger just a little bit.
he's like, you guy's not wrong.
You get a headless freak. Anyways, what do you see here, Granger?
Prick that shot down my drop ship. He's not dead enough for me.
Take off his head if you like.
Doesn't have the same feel when it's not moving.
Each their own.
What are you trying to do with this thing?
Trying to get the gun off so we can use it against them if we need to. Did I learn anything from my success on observing it?
Yeah, you figured out that you don't need a screwdriver to get this thing off.
Oh, okay.
Series of like pressurized hoses.
Okay.
that
Well, then I'll
catch
tell
it
them to put the crowbar away and start going through that then.
Heston's like,
Yeah, you don't want to hurt the gun and then we can't use it.
All right. Well, you have the surgeon's hand.
Right. That's true, I do.
Can I take a look and see if there's anything they're missing?
Yes, please.
you notice a network of pressurized hoses that are connecting it to its rear left shoulder blade, which is part of its whole armor structure across its upper shoulders and across its back shoulder blades. And then there are hoses running down its left arm into a series of like pneumatic connecting points under its left elbow, and it all connects into this wrist device. And Violet, as they are looking at this thing, and Granger, what gear do you have on you? Don't you have like I don't think you have like a sensor thing. Thought maybe you did.
No, I have a motion tracker. I have
All
some
right.
syringes, a personal medical kit.
Violet, earlier when you scanned the room, you noticed that there is a radiation signature coming from this corpse on the other side of the room. Not enough to be harmful, but you notice as you're processing all this information that it looks like they're about to start pulling wires out of this device on its left arm that is radioactive, and you haven't had a chance to process all the different signals that are coming off of this device.
Okay. Violet will kind of just step around Dr. Walls, go over to whoever's about to touch the creature and just like grab their hand. And
Yes?
I would not mess with that. There's low-level radiation that could blow up.
Wouldn't want to touch anything radioactive.
Then you probably don't want to touch Kennedy.
Wait, why?
All of her is radioactive.
Fuck. Well, I'm already fucked, might as well then.
But, perhaps you should leave this thing be.
Why was that Marine radioactive?
Because of her weapon. I blew up a face-hugging alien with it.
She's
Brewer
a
and Blaze.
radioactive gun?
Yes.
All the Marines would know about radioactive ammunition and that it is not allowed in the normal usage in the USCM.
Well, we're not really in the USCM anymore, are we?
Violet, you're getting more data back, and your visor is telling you that not only is there a low line radiation emitting from the device, but the scans coming back are showing that there is a micro cold fusion reactor inside the wrist gauntlet, and that it has enough, the equivalent of a plutonium explosive in it to level about 10 kilometers in either direction.
As I process this, I imagine that I still have McKeelson's hand at this point. I shift my hands to her shoulders and physically move her away. Don't touch anything.
Right, everyone listen to Violet.
Especially you, Brewer.
Ugh. What do you
There's
got?
that's a very big bomb in its wrist.
Oh,
Very big, like 10-kilometer explosion zone. Don't touch.
I knew that this turret had power. I didn't realize it had that type of power.
I mean, is it possible to co-opt this for our usage?
I could work on it, but I don't want to risk setting it off if anything goes wrong.
Yeah, probably fair.
What about that cloaking device it used? Is it connected to the same power source?
Can I tell if it is?
yeah, keep looking at this thing, Violet. You're doing a great job.
Uh,
We're learning
Can I
so
roll-
much.
Can I use my analysis feat or tactic
Yeah.
or
Hell yeah,
talent?
brother, get in there. Yeah. What does it do?
I don't know. It tells me stuff, man.
I don't know if Dr. Walls has seen has well
Cool.
so Walls, have you seen one of these things up close and dead before? And not a group of 5?
Up close and dead? No.
Well, I've had it.
You have
I-
now?
Yes, I don't care to see any. He'll look at it. It's an
Don't
observation
worry,
roll.
it's not gonna jump out and get you.
But will it though?
Right. So
Granger takes a step back.
And I shotgunned it.
okay, so for every success I get to ask a question from this observation
Hmm.
roll.
Oh, okay. Oh, I remember this.
Okay, so 2.
Yeah.
I will ask this one. As far as the cloaking device goes, since that was just asked, I would say, what is its purpose? And knowing what Dr. Walls also knows how to do, in addition to xenoethology, he would pay particular attention to the netting as he begins to kind of touch it, and if there is some type of like small battery current device in there, he would start running it through small sections of the netting and to test his theory if this is indeed what causes the cloaking device. So with one success, I would ask, what is its purpose, the netting, and more specifically, the cloaking device?
The cloaking device is operated by and powered from the wrist computer. The webbing does have a low-level current running through it that facilitates the full body cloaking. You would have been privy to, and then sort of this information would have been gently hidden from the rest of the staff, that the Yautja communicate through a four or five character system that some information on was in the data stores that have since been destroyed or carried off by the team that went to Site B. But you are aware that the cloaking device is powered by and run from the computer. The purpose of it is to cloak this thing and to make sure that it can stalk its prey undetected.
Oh, he's probably seen them decloak at the very least, whenever they
Sure.
came into the facility and were doing what they were doing. What he will do, though, is my second question is, how does it work? And if he can trace what he believes to be the finger swipes onto the area, if he can figure out where the current goes, he doesn't have to turn it on right now, but that's my other question would be, how does it work? And he would be able to kind of fall into the device to see if he could not blow them up, but turn on the cloaking device with the meshing.
I mean, by the rules, I have to answer that honestly, and it's a big question, but you are a seasoned xenoethologist who has, again, seen some of you'd like look over a computer monitor and Jeffries would like turn it off, and you'd see Iris you'd see these odd characters in groups of 4 or 5, and then she'd kind of minimize the window and ask you, what you needed, and And so people were clearly, this was on the margins of your day-to-day work. So how does it work? I'm going to say that in order to answer that question without nuking the base, I need one. It is going to take you a shift of research and study to actually operate this device without blowing yourself up.
Okay, yeah, he would. I don't just be like, oh, and this is how you do it. He just turns it on.
But that's kind of huge.
Also, since I had a success, everybody reduce your stress by 1.
Hey. I'll get the NPCs.
That's
again.
a cool talent. That's a cool talent. That's a fun. That's fucking sweet. So do you share this information with Violet?
Oh, yeah, of course. So I believe that the meshing creates a bit of a refractory type of situation.
Interesting.
You can still see them. You probably more than others with that visor of yours, but perhaps we can help you see them better.
That would be useful, especially if there are 4 more around. However, I have a lot of things to do right now.
Well, let me help.
Okay.
I had an energy bar. I'm feeling stuffed. I might as well put myself to work.
All right. Can you work on locating Site B while I work on contacting the Remington?
Done.
All right. And I'm gonna see what I can do about getting in contact with the Remington and moving it.
Excellent. Make me a contact roll as you. Why don't both of you make me a contact roll as you get into the hollow tables and terminals and begin to start your work.
Not knowing how long we have before, because obviously we wanna stay in here probably through nightfall unless the Remington can get here before then, but I think it was going to take several hours to do that at the very least. So I think McKeelson, after, because we've been barricaded up in here pretty good, is going to set watches and then try to tell people who aren't on watch to get some rest if they can, because who knows when we may get some again. And McKeelson is going to rest in the med bay in case any of the monitors go crazy.
Okay. Why don't we move our tokens around for the people who are going to get some shut-eye, because if you don't get some shut-eye now, we are going to start rolling exhaustion when we get closer to morning. I'm going to say that right now it's around 10 at night, 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. And Violet and Dr. Walls, some facts become very clear. In order to keep Kennedy stable, the med bay has to power at least 1 table. In order to communicate with the Remington, you're going to have to use the built-in, I believe it's called the IFF transponder, in the base. Unless somebody has, some classes start with an IFF transponder, but I'm going to say you have to do what Bishop does in Aliens, which is actually put that thing to a comms array, which has been badly damaged. And so it would require you guys going and looking at the damaged comms equipment and attempting to get something that will actually communicate with the Remington. We can bypass that with the hollow table and its sensors, and we can try and roll it out to see if you can push the gear that hasn't been hit by an axe that Dr. Jeffries swung almost 2 years ago. But it's becoming very clear that you need more power, and that even if you were talking to the Remington, it's 10 hours away. And if you need it to move faster or really even talk to it beyond this 3-hour marker, probably now closer to 2.5, you're going to need power.
Walls would go up to Violet then and just tap on the control panel and bring up the hollow of Site B. I know one thing. I know 2 things. Site B has power, Because Jeffries is a prick.
Are those the two things?
Yes, him being a prick
okay.
and him
yes.
having power.
Yep. Okay. Yep. Yes. The problem is Site B is apparently in space, and we have no way of getting there.
Well,
Site B is not in space.
No.
Site B is the crater nearby. Leonard's signal is in space, presumably his head.
Okay. I misunderstood.
yes, Leonard is
Okay.
hanging on a wall somewhere.
Right. Okay. So,
Is this the main common area where we're all at then? that you're
yes.
discussing?
Yeah.
Yes.
Can Blaze chip in and kind of look questioning? Go, how far away is that crater?
A ways away.
We actually have a number on that. It's like 6 miles. I'm gonna double check
Okay,
that.
so 6 miles through jungle and God knows what to get to this facility. Is there any vehicles that can withstand the environment out there? Maybe give us somewhat of a chance.
They were all destroyed. The Marines that came here from the company made sure to do a number on us from orbit. And then after them, he indicates the body on the table. This one's friends did what you see.
Oh,
Granger pipes up. It was these guys that nuked it from orbit. They're actually the Marines that did it.
speaking of nukes, you think we can convert this thing to nuclear power? Just prove this up so we don't have to travel 6 miles at night through the fucking alien-infested jungle to go to a place that might have power.
I guarantee it has power.
I'm with
And
McKilson.
how do you know?
Because I know Jeffries.
And he's a prick.
What if it's
I'm
been
just gonna say
overrun by
that.
the other 4 of these fuckers? And I gesture
Is
to
there-
the guy on the table.
Okay. So let's put a pin in this for just a second, because there's some things that Blaze knows that can contribute to this. Blaze, they fully rearmed the Remington. Okay. That includes, on standard issue, a Wayland NR9 series all-terrain vehicle.
Okay.
The Cheyenne dropship can bring that to you, but you've got to remote pilot the Remington.
Okay.
One of these multi-wheeled beasts that's on page 141 of the book.
There you go.
Brewer, you would remember Bravo Company talking about when you first got here that the generators were all controlled, and Walls, you would know this too, that the generators are all controlled by, that's the APC. I'm talking about the all-terrain vehicle that's on the page in front of that, because I think those APCs are bad for jungles, right? Like good for urban, but see this thing? This is your jungle friend
Yeah.
right here.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Mm-hmm.
So, Brewer, you would remember that, and Blaze, you would remember too, that all of the power systems are in the storage area. And when the door was hanging open, when you guys first landed, there were eggs in the storage area.
Yes.
All right. Blaze then will chime up, kind of thinking about it, going, okay, vehicles are destroyed. Need to get 6 miles. Any other vehicles? And he'll kind of pause for a minute, and he'll look to the group and go, well, we do have a all-terrain vehicle, the Daihotai transport tractor up in orbit. We could bring it from the ship with a remote pilot, but that would mean we would have to go to the, sorry, which room was it? The
Storage.
Intake? Storage. We'd have to go to the storage, and
Place
just
is
say it's
full
occupied.
of eggs. Yeah.
yeah. What do we have? Grenades, flamethrowers.
But wouldn't that hurt the power units in there?
Okay, so just flamethrowers. Brewer, do you have your flamethrower?
do I not have my flamethrower?
All
Well,
right.
easy peasy. So
And
we'll just go
let's
down
see,
our way
Heston,
into
you
it.
got a flamethrower? That would surprise me.
Flame units only. Keep those rifles slow.
I knew fire was good coming down here. Oh.
Well, it would definitely minimize structural damage to computers,
Mm-hmm.
assuming
Could
that
at least
they
get
can
us a
withstand the heat
path,
and not melt
maybe?
the wires.
Did you see any batteries in the storage? Maybe those would be easier to acquire.
Off the top of my head, you know. We at least need to just get the intel to remote pilot the vehicle. So we have to clear out the storage room, is what I'm saying.
If we had enough power, I could contact the Remington and get what we need. But there are a lot of things in that storage room.
Now it's a gamble we'll have to take at this rate, else we're stuck here.
Heston, do you have a flamethrower?
Dr.
Yes,
Walls?
Dr. Walls. I appreciate the hand raise.
You're welcome. And he indicates Mr. Granger, correct?
Yes,
You were shot down by,
that.
and there are, well, we know that Leonard's
4.
head and at least one more are in orbit. I fear if they see a re-entry of a smaller craft, that looks like an enticing bit of prey for them. If you're studying animal behavior, or if you're an ethologist, which I am, yes, they would attack it.
Are you
So-
classifying these particular alien beings with the highly technological devices that
As predatory?
as animals, as
No, we're
simple
definitely
creatures?
we're the simple creatures. They are reacting in a manner of a hunter. If they see something running, then they give chase. If they see something willing to fight, then they see a worthy adversary. It's not so much as
What-
animal instincts as it is a sense of nobility.
Culture?
All right, Doc. So you're saying that we get this dropship down from orbit, they're going to pursue it. So we need to make either a more interesting target away from the vehicle, or we use the vehicle as our distraction to get through the jungle of hell to Site B.
Or we go and kill them first.
I like your plan, and he points to Blaze.
So the distraction method. Okay. Sacrifice an ATV to get to Site B where it may have power. All right, then we're back to square one. We need to clean out the storage room.
We need power for any of these things to work.
Yep, which is storage room, right? That's my understanding.
Let's just hold off for a second. Now, let's just understand. All of us have been working together now for at least a couple months, transport back and forth and whatnot. I mean, I know you guys were the original crew that brought all this on, but now the esteemed Dr. Walls comes in and starts telling us that there's all these other things, these 5 creatures that are always together. These 5 creatures, there's 5, we're all dead, it's going to end. I believe that's what he said. But when I got shot down, there was just one. When you killed this creature, there was just one. Now, if there are always 5, and we can guarantee that they are hunters that look down upon us and will destroy us at their whatever reason, or he said a lot of babble there I wasn't paying attention to, but I just know that there's one, and you guys killed it. And if it was really someone that wanted to punish us for our transgressions or whatever it is, that there would be more than just this one.
Okay.
I completely agree. There's the one that you saw. If only they could turn invisible.
But if they are so...
It can do that.
Well, yes, no, I agree, it can. But what I'm saying is if these 5 together were all hunting and they watched one of their number be brought low by a bunch of monkeys, Would
They would
take
think-
the time
They
to
would
kill
think,
us all?
no, that's not how they think. They see one of their number brought low by what they thought were just monkeys, but they saw one of their number brought low, so they watched, because you have made yourself worthy prey. Now they will truly hunt you.
So they're studying us. They're waiting for us to make a move.
They were just like playing before, like, haha, we shut your ship down. Now you're in for it. And what,
They
this
wanted
guy
to
was
see
just
what they were dealing with.
weak?
Nah, they had numbers. They had the jump on us. We don't have the technology. It took our entire group to take down one, and that was, well, that was that.
Impressive.
But I will say this, and he is correct in one thing. As a hunter, which I am, of intelligent beings, sometimes you let them run. Sometimes you let them feel safe. Because when you're safe, you make mistakes. But we just can't sit here.
Haven't been safe for months.
McKeelson, it's your call. You're captain in charge here.
Alright, in order for us to do it, any of these steps that we're talking about, we need power. So,
I'm on it.
we need a flame. Heston! God damn it, answer me, man! Do you have a bloody flamethrower, don't you?
Flamethrower.
Yeah. You got one?
Chocolate raisin. Huh?
Sure.
Chocolate raisin.
Yeah, okay, but you
Yeah.
have a flamethrower.
yeah.
Alright, go
Flamethrower.
with Brewer, clean out the room of eggs. God damn it, don't light any of the electrical equipment on fire. And don't get eaten by anything. Don't touch anything.
Go.
Do you have one
burn.
of those?
Yes, burn eggs and eggs only. Go make some omelets.
Omelets.
Yes. Yes, Dr. Wells. Thank you, Violet.
Captain, do you have another one of those cigarettes?
Yeah. There you go. Hand one over.
Light it on the end of a
Thank you.
flamethrower on a primer torch. Blaze and
Oh, we might be down here for a while of release the end, and so I brought a few.
Blaze will actually go with Brewer and the other guy that's got the flame
Yeah.
to go then.
And I'll.
Granger's going. Yeah, Granger's going as well. He wants to keep an eye on them.
Okay. Yeah. In that case, then I'll have everyone else stay here. Also, I'll have Coleman, because he's level-headed, watch the door here to Bay 2. Make sure nothing comes up behind him. Even though I know we closed and barricaded everything as much as we could. Just to double check. But then I'm gonna tell everyone, like, Lasso needs to rest. And Watson, tell them to get some sleep so we don't have everybody on exhaustion rolls. Because we haven't slept in a long time. So
where's McKeelson in the med bay? Where's McKeelson?
yeah, I'm in the med bay. That way, if I hear any of them flatlining, I can do something about it. Try
what
to
about
do
Walls?
something. Whatever. I mean,
Are
I'm
you
not
hanging
his
on the line with
captain.
Violet? Where are Violet and Walls going to be during this situation in the storage room? You guys are finished. You guys are doing your shift of work in Lab 1.
Mm-hmm. I think right now Violet's going to be anywhere Granger's not. She's not very
Lab 1.
happy. Yeah.
Yeah, Walls will just be working on the cloaking device and then taking a nap.
I'm getting a nap. I've told people to do stuff.
I remember that there were monitors up in the lab. Are they still up?
They are.
Okay. I'm gonna go over, since I can't do anything till we have more power, I'm gonna go over and I'm gonna watch those and make sure nothing's happening.
So I really like this moment, right? McKeelson's taking a nap while two bodies sit quietly. You hear the boop, boop, their vital signs on the machines. You see Walls rub sleep from the corners of his eyes. He's just now not starving and dehydrated, and is probably on 24 hours, but he's working. Violet, of course, is alert and typing away. Meanwhile, and also
sleep.
with one eye, right? She doesn't sleep, and with out of the corner of your eye, you're keeping an eye on these monitors, and you can see outside. Heston got his flamethrower. Brewer got his ready to go. Blaze and Coleman are up front, ready to move both of the doors out of the way. These are big sliding doors. These are big enough to fit vehicles through.
Yeah, let's do it.
You'll remember that the last time you guys just closed them. Ranger, from the back, kind of where you're standing, you're just watching all this happen. Are you doing anything in particular as they open the doors?
I have my scoped rifle out, and I am watching the door.
Blaze is gonna request one of the flame units to do a good hard squeeze with just a small opening into the first interior room there, and then a squeeze into the next opening, just as we progress. Like, don't just open the door, huh? Do a squirt of flame.
Can't just go spitting flame everywhere. There's vital components in there.
Mm-hmm. And I would have told Heston to listen to Brewer and Granger.
Anyone else bring a motion tracker?
Blaze
Yes,
has one.
Coleman has one, and I think Coleman's the only one with a motion tracker.
I thought Blaze had one.
Oh, right, yeah, you do.
I'm
As far as
checking
Bravo
myself.
Company.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Coleman and Blaze.
Granger
Yeah,
has
Blaze
one as
has
well,
one. Blaze has one.
but Blaze, you think you can keep that thing going while they prep the fire?
Yep. And he'll key it on and activate the motion tracker and just start watching. And yeah, I guess he'll just be really vigilant if that pinger starts going off.
I think the best.
You and Coleman sling your motion trackers. Go ahead, Brewer.
Oh, I was just saying, I think the best thing we could do, sneak in there, get the equipment we need, and sneak the hell out.
Not the plan, man.
Yeah, I'm not digging that one, bro. I'd rather just burn all these things.
All right.
You don't want to burn them? We get to burn them. You don't want to burn them?
That's the plan now, then. I don't know. I'm ready my flamethrower.
Okay.
All right, then Blaze will, with Pinger out, scan at what's on the other side of the door. If no movement's detected, he'll give a nod to the other guy, and they'll both grab on one side, one on the other, and start moving them.
Coleman nods at you. On 3. 1, 2, 3. And you guys start walking because you got to take these big steps. These big steel doors and these big casters.
Enough to fit at least a person through, or two.
Okay. It's tough because they're supposed to be automated and you've got to pull these things. I need everyone to make me not everyone. I need everyone around Bay 2 and the storage door to make me an observation check. That includes Coleman.
I'll get the NPCs.
Is it
Okay.
possible for me to use my investigator talent?
Yes. Oh, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. What does that do again? Give me that one more time.
It's the same sort of thing as analyzation. For every 6 I roll an observation, you have to give me a true statement.
Oh, far out. Okay.
All right. So let's see what I got here.
Coleman got 1 success. Heston didn't get anything. Heston's too excited to light things on fire.
I've got one success.
Okay. So what do you get to do? I have to answer a question?
I get to ask you one of 3 questions, and you have to answer truthfully.
Okay,
Is there anything hidden here, and if so, where?
Far out.
That's cheating, but I'm fine with it.
Okay.
Aliens are sneaky bastards and cheat all the time.
So the door opens. Brewer and Heston see immediately a dim red light inside of the emergency lighting. There's a catwalk at the back of the room and a lot of gear. The middle of the room is in random crates and just sort of a big empty storage area because it was cleaned out. In that vacant space are 12 hastily moved eggs. The room has not been cocooned or resined out the way you saw the storage bays of the Remington. These eggs they look out of place in this room. They are all mostly in the middle of the room. There's catwalks on either side and equipment and terminals and generators and all kinds of gear around the perimeter. But in the middle of the room is you're supposed to be able to fit APCs in here and loaders, and it's a large space. So your judgment right away tells you that these eggs you can torch these eggs without damaging the gear on the perimeter of the room. Let's all draw initiative.
Light it up, Bert.
I don't get my true answer.
You do. I'm about to answer your true answer.
Okay.
I need initiative first.
Uh-oh. Low's good, right?
No. Okay.
Yeah, that's the question.
I think these aliens
So
you hear this giant
You want me to get the NPC's initiative?
yeah, if you could.
Yeah, I
that'd
can
be
do that.
great. Thank you.
So, Brew, they'd hear us coming if these creatures can hear. I don't know if the facehuggers hear things, but screeching of metal.
probably feel the vibrations.
Coleman, oh, beautiful. Coleman takes a knee and kind of puts his shoulders up against the door and nods at the gentleman holding the flamethrowers. Granger, Bay 2 is, you've got this, it's the loading area for the biosphere, right? So whatever you brought in or took out of the biosphere would be staged in Bay 2. There is a lot of damage here from mixing it up with these creatures. You see scars on the walls. It's very dark. There's very little functioning lighting in here. Really, most of it comes from the light over the door to the sector leading to Lab 2 over your left shoulder. As you adjust your eye to the scope and you lean back out to take a breath, that's when you see it. It's hanging from the ceiling. And you wouldn't notice it if it wasn't dripping. And the smooth dome of its head, upside down, is dripping. And you see a drip fall on the canister of Heston's flamethrower and sizzle just a little bit. But nothing happens. And you're looking at it. You take one stress. And it's your turn.
Why would I take one stress for actually my talent working?
Because you saw the beast.
It's like sometimes you don't want to succeed on an idea check and call it Cthulhu.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. All right. He's just gonna. I guess I don't need a fast action for pulling my gun because my gun's already out. So I'll use my fast action to issue commands. And I'll say, Blaze, Coleman, Roof, Heston, drop the fire. And then he's gonna shoot.
Heston looks straight up. So that was your
That was my fast action.
That was your fast
issuing
action.
commands.
Okay.
And I'm just going. I'm gonna unload with the scoped rifle. Now I have a reduction because of the painkiller I took that makes me happy. Correct?
Is it an agility roll?
Ranged combat is an
Yep.
agility roll.
Yeah, so you get a -1.
So I get -1. Okay.
It's also dark, so I'd like you to take -2, frankly, unless your scope is infrared, which aliens don't show up on infrared, so you get a -2.
Okay. All right. So I get a -2. That's great. Thank you. So I'll go ahead and make that
Read the book.
attack.
It's in the book. I don't know what to tell you.
I'm trust you. Okay. I trust you there. Now I clarify because we're actually following the rules now. So when I make an attack with my rifle, is that taking into context my ranged combat, or I need to rule that in with my modifiers?
You make a ranged combat roll, and when it asks you about the modifier, you hit -2.
Okay, but see, my scoped rifle actually has an attack button there that brings up a.
That's
an
what you
input
hit.
value.
You hit that. Sorry, you hit that. You hit you. Yeah.
That takes into
That's an
account.
important point. It adds the base skill bonus from the weapon.
Okay, so it adds the bonus from the weapon. It adds in your ranged combat.
Yes.
Okay, so
and
if I have an agility of 4 and a ranged combat of 3, that gives me a 7 plus my bonus of 2 for the scoped rifle, which would be 9 -2 should be 7.
We'll see.
Okay.
Plus your stress dice.
My 1 stress die. All right, so 3 successes.
Hot damn.
For damage of 2.
So you get to actually choose whether or not you do more damage. So why don't we look at that really quick?
I think with an alien, the answer is more
I get
damage.
to choose if I do more damage. Oh, let me consider
You
that.
can also like pin it. Do you just want to do that?
Okay,
here we go.
Options? Yeah, let's look at that.
I got it right here. So you can either inflict more than 1 point of damage. Aliens don't panic. You can exchange your initiative score with this enemy, which it hasn't rolled yet. You can get it to drop its weapon, which it doesn't have, or you can get it to fall to the ground.
Would that make it prone, or would it just be closer to killing us?
It would make it prone. It just doesn't. Aliens have a thing about fall damage, but it would make it prone.
So they don't take any fall damage, is what I'm getting from that.
I think that's what he was trying to say.
They absorb. They get an armor of 4
Maybe
against.
just more damage.
Okay, I'm just gonna go with the more damage. I think I just wanna light it up.
I'd like to light it up, please. All right.
I'd like to bring the pain. Is that possible? Might I?
So that's like 5 damage.
So wait. So
and armor piercing also means I.
So you did a total of 4 damage.
Okay.
You shot it for 3. It screams bloody murder and begins to skitter along the wall, sort of northward kind of towards Blaze, along the part of the wall that Blaze and Heston have their right shoulders to.
Crap.
But at least you know it's there now.
Yes.
Yes.
And it's pissed off at me, so that gives you guys a few minutes.
It's
You like the Marines off it. Let's rock!
Watch the equipment!
Four, that's good.
It's Coleman's turn.
Coleman's gonna shoot it. Coleman's going to aim and then shoot it, because I think aiming gives you a bonus. Sounds right. You look that up.
I believe aiming gives you +2 if you use your fast action for aiming.
Yeah, I'm double checking for it. Yes, here we go. Boop, boop, boop. Lies. Okay, yeah. I'm pretty sure that's it. Okay. Whoop. Wrong thing. Okay. Coleman. +2 for aiming. Come on, buddy. He's gonna use his pulse rifle. Come on, man. Holy smokes! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes.
Oh, damn.
And he's gonna put all those to damage. 'Cause, yes.
How much?
5 successes, so 7, 5 successes, so 4 plus 2, so 6 damage.
Coleman just rocks this thing.
We're getting practiced. We're getting experience.
Acid sprays all over the walls and barely misses you, Blaze. It falls along your right shoulder. Brewer, you notice 3 eggs are slowly opening.
Blame him.
And quick question for it. It's not necessarily an initiative thing, but I had my motion tracker out as we were coming in as part of my equipment slung at the ready, and my smart gun was to the side. Would I be able to glance down out of initiative at it to see if the screen's going haywire, like here it comes?
You didn't see the alien above your head because it was not moving.
Okay. Well, I mean for the eggs opening or whatnot.
But the eggs are pinging your
okay.
Your motion tracker.
Just question to build that mental. Oh no, PTSD. No.
Damn it, Heston! Time for a barbecue!
No.
So it's Brewer's turn, right?
Oh, is it?
I believe so.
I think so.
I'm going to,
Yeah, Brewer, Blaze, and Heston are all on the same initiative. Oh.
They're looking at you.
We'll rush over towards the eggs and put the flame on.
Heston and Brewer open up with their flamethrowers.
Nice.
Liquid hot death flies into the room and lights it up. Flame glow flickers on all the walls. You can hear the skittering slapping of the face huggers shaking inside their eggs and cooking inside their holes. Some of them pop like grapes, and it's important to remember that a xenomorph egg is basically a vat of acid about 1 meter tall, and so they begin to, again, pop like acid grapes, throwing acid particularly straight up into the air, scorching the ceiling. You're seeing some pipes leaking, but the edge of the room seems to be all right. It's a large storage room. The glow of the flames light up the mask dome of Brewer's suit. Meanwhile, Dr. Gerald Walls rubs his eyes. He's decided to hang it up. You've done as much as you can do, and everything you've set up is going to take an hour or so to think about. And then you hear it. Your motion tracker has a ping in lab 2 by the elevator doors. Could just be the elevator moving. But you can't hear the elevator from here, at least you don't think so.
Vanessa. Violet,
Yes?
you hear that?
Yes.
It's moving.
I'm gonna go and shake McKelson awake.
But it wasn't me. You can't press charges. What?
Something's coming.
Alright, I forgot we're here. Okay. Fuck. And I get my shotgun.
I pull out. Where did I put Kennedy's radiation gun?
If anyone's equipped to handle radiation, it is you.
I think it's in the med bay with McKeelson.
Alright, grab
Okay.
it. Let's fucking go.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab this fucking nuke.
Okay, so that's a move. So we're going to kind of have a round in here. Walls, what do you do while Violet moves to the med bay?
Kick the other things in your like.
Yeah, he makes sure everybody's awake. But where he is, he's going to open a comm channel. It's only going to be short wave, can't break Atmo, correct? Because of the current state of everything?
Correct.
He's going to open one to Site B now that he knows where it is.
That's a Comtech roll.
Let's do it. 2 successes.
Fuck yeah. Okay. All right. You hear an odd click on the other end.
I know where you are, and so do they. You fucking prick. We're coming. And I think he is too.
It's a long silence.
The last thing you'd say is, every garden needs a gardener. Have fun, you prick.
It hangs up on you. But you know there's like a read message. It's like you know that someone heard it, and you can confirm the disconnection of the line on that end.
How big's this thing coming?
Well, now there's 2 of them.
Oh.
One is near the door. One is closer to the door of the elevator. It's outside the door leading to the corridor between Lab 2 and Lab 1. Can we get go ahead.
All Walls is going to do, because he can't help physically, is call out positions using his motion tracker.
Okay. Lasso is shitting himself. Oh my god, 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 oh my
Look,
god.
we handled 6 snake ones and that thing. It's just 2 blips. We'll be fine. You got this, man.
Lasso takes cover behind the hollow table, giving him a defense bonus of 4. Watson this is not his first rodeo. He crouches behind the TV monitors, takes cover behind this bank of monitors here on the east wall. Violet, what are you doing?
I'm gonna pop on my comms real quick. Blaze, Brewer,
Yeah.
there is a possibility that something is coming up behind you from Lab 2. Be careful.
Got all the
What is that? Destroy everything, Lab 2.
firing for a fucking second.
Where's the fucking Sarge, man? Where's the Sarge?
Where's the bird? Where's the bird?
And then I'm gonna move and do the same as the other people and duck, I guess, with my radiation gun out.
Violet is also ducked behind the hollow table. Walls, how are you positioned in the room?
He's standing. I'm in the room with the fallen, ugly person that may or may not be a predator. Right? Okay.
The predatory creature of some type.
He's going to get. If it's a surgical table, he's going to climb into the table that this thing's laying on. The predator's laying on.
Okay.
And leaves his monitor out. He's not in there with his motion detector. His motion detector is going to be like on the counter.
Okay.
So it doesn't sound like someone's in a cabinet with a motion detector.
All right, move your token. Where did you go in the room?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm right underneath this table. If that's
You're underneath the hollow table? Okay, all right.
Yeah, if that's where the predator is. Is that where the predator is?
The predator's over on the wall by Watson, on the east wall of yeah, right there. That's where the predator is.
Okay, yeah, that's
Laying.
he would get in the table that the predator's laying on.
Okay. All right.
McKeelson, if having time to follow Violet, would get
Yes.
also behind cover and close the door to the med bay. Behind.
Okay.
It is power
All
right now, so.
You are all on Overwatch. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You're waiting for this thing. And we all know what happens here. It's 10 meters away. It's 9 meters away. It's 8 meters away. That's the door. There's 2 of them stacked right on top of each other. Blaze, you barely heard what she said. Something about what do you think that you heard, and what do you do in this moment as the flames are roaring by your ears?
Day 2. Look, Bert, come on, finish up. We need to get back. I think something's wrong. That's what he'd probably think it's.
Perfect. Everybody in Lab 1 roll initiative. All right, and then, man, stand by.
All right.
Okay. So 6 meters, 5 meters, 4 meters. Lasso shouts, "That's in the room." 3 meters. 2 meters from the front corner of the hollow table. Everybody gets a chance to do something. Anybody want to do anything?
It's supposed to be at the corner of the hollow table?
Yeah, can I make an observation roll?
That's Walls, isn't that where you said you left the motion tracker? You like set it down?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, McKeelson probably pulled it. Look, have it face me and Violet.
Violet's gonna make an observation roll.
So, can I use my watchful ability?
Oh, yeah. What does that do?
So you get a +2 modification on observation when trying to spot a sneak attack.
Yeah. You're damn right.
And then do I get another +2 for my visor?
Yes, you do.
Sweet. So I get a +4. One success.
Ceiling panel above this first tile here in front of the door jamb is dripping.
Okay, I'll point it out to everybody.
And then everyone shoots at it.
Yeah. Then I'm gonna fire.
Cause, no. Fuck that shit. Yeah, I'll just start with the NPCs first. I'm just gonna go down the road. Lasso's gonna shoot with his smart gun.
Okay.
Do we get any bonus for Overwatch? No, Overwatch just lets us be anywhere, like a whole held action. Okay, that's right. Yeah.
That's a held action. You get to do this.
Lasso got a success. Come on, Watson.
I got a success with my radiation thing.
Watson. But it didn't succeed. And then I'm gonna go. Come on.
1, 2, 3. So, is that everybody?
Yeah,
There's
because
only 4
Dr.
of us.
Walls isn't shooting. Yeah, there's only 4 of us in here.
Okay. So Lasso, Violet, and McKeelson fire into the ceiling tiles. It's loud as fuck. Lights up the ceiling. Sparks and flashes go everywhere. You hear the brutal scream. And this Hulk falls out of the ceiling tiles. Bleeding. Mad as shit. Walls, you see around its neck, there are two facehuggers holding onto its shoulders. Their tails wrapped around its upper bicep.
No.
Travis.
Your motion detector shows a second one in lab 2. Blaze, you hear gunfire erupt over the comms, loud enough to hear over the screams of the flamethrowers.
Fall back to medical. That's what he's gonna scream to everybody in the group.
Granger, you whip your motion detector around and you pick up these signals coming from lab 2 and moving into lab 1.
We got one we got to worry about ourselves. We can't do anything for him if there's one behind us.
Quick question: are we in initiative for movements, or can we start moving?
No, you guys are fine. All the eggs are torched.
What about the one
alien?
and then we still have an alien.
Oh, I thought you killed it. No, Blaze killed it.
Oh,
Yeah.
we didn't know that.
Oh, we didn't. Oh, well then.
I didn't
yeah,
know
we're
that. They
moving.
killed it.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
thought it was still
all
alive.
over the wall. No, you killed
I
the
thought he
shit
was
out of
just really injured.
Sorry.
I was like 3 fucking aliens and 2 face huggers. This is really bad.
It was
Kill the shit.
fall back, get back towards medical. Come on.
Flamethrowers in the front.
Go
Lead
on.
the charge. Let's go.
Go on. I'll catch up.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Shit.
You guys
No
open the
time to
door.
argue. Running.
Who opened the door? Who opened the door first?
To here?
It's
lab two?
Brewer. It's Brewer and to lab 2. Who turns around and enters the door first?
Blaze with his smart gun. He's dropped the motion tracker now. It's
Ranger is in
full smart
pajamas.
gun.
He's not going first.
And
Blaze, you've
Alright.
reached the room.
Smart
And you
gun
see
ready
it.
if you can.
You see it. It turns to look at you. You think you might even see a humanoid skull underneath the translucent carapace surrounding the top of its head. It has no eyes.
What
It
is
has 2
that?
sets of jaws. It has 5 fingers. It has a tail that is at least 6 feet long, with a serrated barb on the end of it that's at
We've
least
seen this
24 inches long.
Okay, he's
It's
just-
the beast, Lindy. It's the beast. It is death. Space death. All
If he,
mad as shit at you. Sorry, what?
if he has the ability to do anything, it's gonna be something to the effect of
Hey.
"Die, motherfucker!"
and shoot.
As your hand tightens to squeeze the trigger on your smart gun, we cut 180 degrees
No!
to the face of Dr. Gerald Walls, now hiding under a metal cart with a corpse of an alien hunter motionless above him.
Scare it off. Make it like Puppet Master.
And it is at that moment that the Invictus Raptus turns its gaze right toward you and opens its jaws and lets out a terrifying hiss as its smaller mouth slowly comes out and acid blood burns holes in the floor. And that, friends, is where we will leave it for tonight.
Man.
Where is the motherfucker?
I was getting sleepy because it's been a long day at work, and then I'm getting really excited with all this combat going on, and then you're like, nope, sorry, no combat. Bedtime for you.
Can I do one small thing before we end?
Sorry, what?
Yeah, let's all have a quick check-in, really quick. This last instant. What's everybody doing? What's going through your mind?
Die, motherfucker, die.
Right, we got that one, Brewer.
I'm going over to the batteries. We're going to pick one up. I'm going to whistle while I'm doing so. And I'm going to move towards the loader that you described in this room earlier.
You find a couple of batteries in a charger box along the left wall. As you nonchalantly gather them up, you hear the horrifying screams and thrashes of a dozen face huggers bursting from their flaming eggs. Ranger,
Yes.
what's going through your mind in this last moment as you turn and watch Blaze go through the door?
His head's just, I don't want to die here. I don't want to die here. I don't want to die here. That's all he's thinking. It's just, yeah, it's just survival instinct at this point.
I think we hit our cliffhanger. That was the shit. That was awesome. Let's go around. Trav doesn't mind a big fat cliffhanger, is all I'm saying. So
Trav, can I do
yes.
one thing then?
Please.
You said I was inside the metal table, right? That's where Walls is?
Yes.
Walls would be kind of peeking through and he'd see all this terrible shit going on, knowing he can't do anything about it. There's no way to lock the door that he's in underneath the table. So he reaches up where the two doors meet, pinches the metal on both sides, and twists it with his bare hands to lock it closed.
Yeah. Which, by the way, is an impossible feat for a normal. Yeah.
Geneticist, my ass.
It turns like butter between your fingers. That was awesome. All right. So that was Aliens, Shoulder of Orion, Part 5. That was fucking awesome. I love this, and I really appreciate my players, and I really appreciate all these awesome viewers. I can't believe what's going on in chat. I'm really glad that you guys are enjoying it. This is just a pip. I am really in love with this story and these characters, and I guess our special guest is just gonna have to come back for another episode.
Oh well.
Yeah, we're gonna have like
About a bitch.
our own Burke Bishop, whatever he is.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Oh, it's great. It's great. I really have had so much fun with Greg on this, and I hope I didn't make your life a living hell, buddy. It's like fun. So Lindy, thank you for the opportunity to do this. The Alien RPG is really fun. You should check it out and join the official Facebook group. And there's also a really cool subreddit if you're looking for more info on the game. There's some cool conversations happening about the game, and we're kind of doing our own thing. But I think we held pretty tight to the rules this time, which I was pleased about. So I'm a producer, Trav.
It was a lot easier holding onto the rule.
Yeah, you only almost died twice, not you specifically.
Oh.
So producer Trav, I produced WebDM. You should watch it. We did Psionics this week, and I murdered in the first 2 minutes, so that's cathartic for everybody. And I just want to say that all of you are fucking awesome, and this is a really kind of a cool dream come true to tell a story in this world with people who are really passionate about it and helping me build it, and I just really appreciate it. So we'll see you next month.
All right. So yeah, that's producer Trav. Thank you so much for DMing. I know I was wrapped with attention and stress the entire time. So we're gonna go around. We're gonna say who we are, where we can find you, and what your favorite part of tonight's game was. What was your favorite part, Trav?
I have to say that I've been waiting for that moment with Violet and Granger for a long time, and that was really there's a big kind of pivot point for this story where we're kind of on the other side of this really important moment, and Greg just did this really awesome lore dump and just nailed it. And I love Blaze and Brewer and McKeelson trying to keep this whole thing together with spit and bubblegum, and I'm looking forward to turning up the heat some more on our Marines. So that was my favorite part, was all of Violet's gut check moments this time.
Excellent, excellent. Let's just go around. I'm gonna end with myself. So we're gonna go over to Brewer. Brewer, buddy, how was that for you?
Oh man, yeah, I'm D20 Coup de Grace. Oh man, this game was awesome. I think my favorite part was actually talking with Wells over the body of the Predator-like thing, and just like Brewer be like, "What does this do? What does this do?" And you like not being able to answer questions, yet then you spend hours studying it. And now you're able to answer some questions. Anyways, yes, thanks everybody. And yeah, I'm D20 Coup de Grace. You can find me playing Mondays and Tuesdays mostly.
Hype. Speaking of, you can find us playing on Mondays and Tuesdays, mostly Nuggetosaurus.
Hi, I'm Nuggetosaurus. I play Violet 6, the synthetic human who apparently has some interesting family things going on. We'll see. My favorite part, I liked every single interaction between Violet and Walls. I thought that was fantastic. I like the new dynamic with this new person who's super weird and calls somebody a prick every 5 seconds, and it's great. But my absolute favorite part, I have to agree with Travis, was the conversation between Granger and Violet, because I think up to this point, Violet has thought of Granger as another member of the crew, that's somebody that, you know, she's friends with. And then she finds out, first of all, he's lied to her. And second of all, he's a Blade Runner whose his entire purpose is to kill her kind of people. So I think that was a very pivotal moment for Violet, but I thought that was pretty fantastic. You can find me here in our once a month campaign as Violet, as well as Mondays as Hal the Shifter Fighter in our Mondays in Exandria, which Frank DMs. And then in our Tuesdays as Embar of Vanastra the Divine Soul Sorceress at that Lindy DMs for us. And that's me.
Awesome. And let's go to our wonderful, fantastic guest for this evening. Craig, how are you?
I had an absolute blast. I'm doing very, very well. This was an incredible amount of fun. I have entirely too many favorite parts, which is not a problem. But I completely agree that moment between Blade Runner and Replicant, synthetic, was so good and so tense. And I almost didn't want Walls in that room. I wanted that just by itself as a moment in time, which it was. But there was an amazing bit of role play there. I have to say, my other favorite part is when Brewer when you're like, I go back in where the loader is and I get a battery. The look of absolute joy on your face was one of my favorite moments ever. It's just that absolute love. Like, this is what I'm going to do, man. And then, of course, I mean, let's rock. If you're going to yell, let's rock, and we're playing an Aliens game, I've fallen in love. So I had a blast. Thank you all so much for letting me show up and play such an asshole, but quirky asshole? I don't know, whatever. Anyway,
endearing
love you
asshole.
all. Chat, you were absolutely fantastic. Fantastic chat. Love being here on Lindy's channel. We'll see y'all later.
Awesome. And we've got Blaze with us tonight.
Yeah, Shiny Pilot 26 playing Blaze. That was cool. What can I say? Everybody's characters are fun, and getting that backstory in for Violet and Hank was cool as shit. I love the Aliens and Blade Runner universe, and getting all the nods to the different well, I know it's the same universe, but all the nods to the movies and the information, the lore dump, and how it's all connected. I just love that stuff. I think it's cool. And I liked Walls calling everybody, or calling a specific person that prick all the time, kept kidding me. And I was like, yeah, boy, he really hates this guy. And but the realization at the end, kind of, that you're something else too, mind-boggling. And I mean, just all the little fun things going on that we got in the show. It's multiple irons in the fire, and I can't wait to see Travis juggle all those and show us all the cool little brands, what each one does, and hopefully not get burned. But it was great. So thank you everybody for watching. It was fun.
Awesome. Speaking of fun, we've got the company man, Granger.
Ex-company man, and I think I got forcibly retired when they sent me back down here to come play with you guys. But no, I'm at Deception Check. I play Hank Granger tonight, and he had a night, just a bit of a night. Didn't have as much damage as I thought I was going to start with, but got the RP I wanted. That's something that has been on my notes since like session 2, I think. I was supposed to say talk in 3 and in 4 and never got a chance.
Because
So
we've
that
been
was
fighting aliens the whole time.
I know. I finally got a chance to drop that on there, and you know, it may not have gone quite the way I wanted it to go, but we'll see how that goes going forward. Favorite parts tonight, I think Grimjack's monologue when he was basically just lore dumping on Violet was just spectacular, and the constant repetition of he's a prick, he's a fucking prick, just constantly, and to find out that now he's probably a synthetic, that this might actually be a tick that he has a problem with. Like, there's a lot of layers to that when you look back at it all. So, I can't wait to see what happens there. Everything was great tonight. It was so much fun. The glee on Brewer's face when he goes for the loader, Blaze lighting it up, Travis just gleefully throwing aliens at us the entire time. And McKilson, well, you know, nothing morphine and whiskey can't fix. So, beautiful night. Had a great time. I DM Mondays in Exandria with this fine group, minus Grimjack, of course. And Tuesdays play Mists of Ravenloft with these same people. And soon, hopefully, when we get a schedule,
as Pruitt finalizes his schedule,
The Expanse. We will be bringing The Expanse to Lindy's channel. It will be so much fun that we're going to see the outer planets. We're going to have some fun. We're going to be some belters and some other people, and we're going to do some things, and it should be a lot of fun. So thanks, everyone. This has been great. Have a good night.
Excellent, thank you. Yes, I have a full belter cosplay ready to go, and it's pretty great if I do say so myself. Before I do all the plugs and stuff, favorite parts for me was I enjoyed saving so many lives today. As you know, a medic and captain, McKeelson has actually had some decent growth as a character. Other favorite parts, I really liked it when we were like, yeah, let's just pull this thing apart, and then Violet's like, hold the phone, this thing's a nuke, and we're like, oh, that was just really funny to me. We were all kind of like, well, if it happened, it happened. Like, we're all just so done with this shit. Also, Wells' appearance, I thought was a lot of fun. McKeelson was like, I got too much shit to do. You just take care of yourself, dude. Whatever. So we'll see what happens with that next month when hopefully we have Greg back with us to guest, because I guess you just have to play with us tomorrow. Oh no. End of the world. But you can find us here every Monday and Tuesday. Just for Mondays in Exandria, Miss Ravenloft. You can also find us once a month with myself, Travis, and Greg on our once a month Teenagers from Outer Space campaign, which will be coming up in a couple weeks, and I'm very excited about that. So keep your eyes peeled for that announcement on the Twitters, and also probably at the end of one of the Monday, Tuesday night games. And yes, the Expanse campaign, it's coming up real soon. As soon as people fill out the scheduler, we can, because we have our characters, we've got the campaign, we've got the overlay, I've got the intro. The hardest part of tabletop RPGs, y'all, is the scheduling. So we're working on that, but thank you all so much for watching. You guys have been absolutely lovely in chat. So much. I've been cracking up at chat all night. I've had to do this and stuff to hide it, but y'all have been cracking me up. I love y'all's enthusiasm. It rivals Travis's enthusiasm and my terror during this campaign. And just thank you so much, and we'll see you next month. Have a great night, y'all.
The way you describe aliens is freaking scary.